Good evening, everyone, and welcome back
Hi, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, and welcome to what is now episode 13 of The Violet Madness. My name is Mark. I'll be your DM. And with me are these fine bunch of players that I'll be introducing in just a moment. But first, let's just get into a few little housekeeping notes regarding all the happenings around Penny Dragon Games. So on Tuesday, we have the Fellowship of the Fallen back again. The elementals summoned by the cult have been dealt with, but what of the missing children and the villagers outside? So come find out on Tuesday for the next Fellowship episode with DM Jean and the guys. And as well, tomorrow, there was no Saffron on Friday, but Dave is now back with us with part 2 of his one-shot Operation Aberration, and that's on tomorrow at 7 p.m. BST. And if the party thought things were hardcore in episode 1, which we did, they are definitely getting stepped up a notch tomorrow night. Dave, no, don't do that. Come on, it was fine. It was fine. So yeah, then with Candlekeep back on Thursday, so we have DM Tom and the new adventuring party are on day 1 of their new contract, and they have already gotten themselves locked into a magical mansion. There are invisible dragons, and there's furniture that bites back. Is it all Bert the Free breakfast? Kind of was. It was a bit of fun. But catch up with the Candlekeep Mysteries back on Thursday. On July 15th, then, you can join the Churn Gang and DM Richard for the Alternative Academy Part 2. After defeating the Guardian Mimic, our heroes head for the showdown with the school's guardians and Baba Blackbird. Then you can catch the Cloaks of Minehelm with DM Ben. That returns on July 17th at 7 p.m. BST. With the odds stacked high against them, our so-called heroes must fight their way through an army of outlaws, with only each other and one mysterious sniper in the shadows for backup. And as well as Candlekeep Mysteries, we have another new stream happening every other Thursday with DM Craig with Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. And last week saw episode 2, so still early days to get stuck into that stream as well. So sidetracked from their investigation by a Verbeeg raid on the town of Goodmead, the party sets out to avenge the death of the town's speaker and return a stolen shipment of mead. But is everything what it seems? Catch up on the VOD for episode 2 and then catch it Thursday week for episode 3. So with all that out of the way, let's catch up with all of our players this evening. So first up, we have Stephen.
Hi, I'm Stephen, and I'm playing Sir Tyrion Shadowbane, the human vengeance paladin, who is journeying through the bog in search of a very powerful flower for a person that he completely trusts for no apparent reason.
Hey,
What's not to trust?
Trusting paladin, it's just out to help people. Speaking of helping every
Stand
single
up,
person they encounter, Dave, you're up next with
See what you did there. Hi, I'm Dave. I play Shadar Vicanis, Grave Domain Cleric of the Raven Queen. Shadar is a 100-year-old half-elf with long, bright white hair, typically tied into a tight white braid. So in human years, he would look about 35 to 45 if it wasn't for that tight white hair, that shock of white hair. He's usually dressed for battle in black leathers with a black chain shirt and his trusty mace. Shadar wears a long black scarf wrapped tightly around his neck at all times and has a brusque and irritable manner to him.
Thank you. Next up, then, we have Andy, who plays Mina and has recently acquired Meal, her horse, last session, I believe.
Anyway, I'm done. I found my horse. What else is there? No, I'm kidding. Hi, I'm Andy. I play Mina Dumont. She is a 50-year-old half-elf with tan skin and long brown hair. She's got a happy attitude, sunny smile. Usually, the party's seen a little bit of a different side with her with Brady. And she's a whisperer's bard, and some more of her powers have come to light. Pretty exciting. She's not super duper weak and helpless, probably. But she has her horse back, and Meal is a playful horse, a little bit of a temper, but he is a white stallion. So pretty excited to move forward.
Nice. Thank you. And next up then we have Matt.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Matt, and I'll be playing Elfric, the half-elf evocation wizard, curious and scholarly fellow with a taste for fiery, destructive magics, which are, of course, only deployed under absolutely necessary circumstances and not for frivolous reasons.
And such times are usually called into play as of late.
Exactly. Desperate times, desperate measures.
Absolutely. It's a eat or be eaten world out there. Or disintegrate or be disintegrated. And thanks, Matt. And last but certainly not least, we have Ryan.
Hello, my darlings. I'm Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, and tonight I'm playing Damon Phileas Venuste, a red tiefling battlesmith artificer with his trusty companion Rocket, who hasn't seen his light of day yet properly, but hopefully soon enough you'll see what he's able to do.
Awesome, we can't wait to see that. All right, so with everyone here and ready to rumble, we'll just do a very quick recap and then we'll get stuck in. So last time, 2 weeks ago, or the previous day in game time, you guys entered the small little farming village of Kazden, which appeared to be kind of at the mercy of a band of brigands who have been extorting money from these poor farmers for protection. After inquiring a little bit more, the party discovered that the leader of the brigands terrorizing this poor little village was none other than the infamous Brady that Mina has been searching for all this time. So after following the vague directions given by the villagers, they found themselves up in Willowcrest Keep, an old dilapidated castle keep where these band of ne'er-do-wells have been holed up after stealing horses and got a little crime syndicate for themselves going. But after running a horse race in a bid to get their meal back, which ultimately descended into some violence.
I think there was always going to be violence.
Maybe. I don't know. Who's to say? Violence isn't always the answer. Violence is the question, and the answer is yes. But yeah, so after successfully apprehending Brady, he was brought back to town, brought before the Duke, who has, he has him imprisoned and awaiting trial. So, there was a little bit of a discussion later that evening between Shadar and Mina as to how the justice system fares in Castonia, but I suppose time will tell with that one. And I suppose that's pretty much exactly where we left it off.
Oh, I mean, we did have a little snuggle session.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there was
not
when you say
Mina.
we, I mean, I think
I meant we as a party, but it was Damon and Shadar.
Yeah, I mean,
went to bed in each other's arms.
Yeah, I can remember that. Yeah. So,
you should.
Yeah. But thanks for the recap.
So yeah, let's bring you guys over to the village, so time has passed. You all have your long rests, and it is now morning time.
Oh, then Mina's gone, right?
Yes, that is correct. So you guys wake up from your long rest to find that Mina she got up and you just wake up and she's gone.
Well, my friend, did you sleep well?
I did indeed. I must say you make an excellent pillow, Shadar.
Yes, well, it was cold. Cold enough. Not.
I hate to pry, but how did that happen? And he's referencing your neck that seems to have become a little bit exposed.
So you don't draw his attention to it. You just say, how did that happen to it?
I say how that, to you.
Yeah.
He's saying it to you, yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't realize that that's, so it takes him a minute to realize what you're talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
And then
Okay, yeah.
And then he looks down and the scarf is coming down here and he stands up and smooths himself and walks over and he goes, and for the viewers, what you can see is a huge healed massive scar in the shape of a large hand, or rather like a huge hand if you're looking at D&D terms, and it's all the way around his neck. Looks like he was picked up by something very hot, or necrotic, and he sort of, well, I suppose you're all going to see it at some point. It's more of a battle wound than anything.
I have to say, it's pretty impressive.
Something I'm not. I don't know. It's something I'm not comfortable with yet. I would to give you the cliff notes. Sent out to a place called Mistmoor, and one of my first adventures, and in the service of the Raven Queen, and with the man who taught me so much, Seeker Richter. And we got there anyway, and the place in the boglands, and anyway, we went in without investigating the place properly, and we encountered a being that should not have been there.
Must have been something of impressive size for
immense power and ability, and yes, I believe 20 when it happened. Picked me up, placed me against the wall, forced me to look into its eyes. Now physically I am over 100 years old.
So, how old are you?
I'm 32, Demon.
And this couldn't be rectified?
As far as I'm aware. But it killed Seeker Richter. It killed the other Seekers. We should never have been sent out there. There's always an assessment done when it comes to these missions. I should have died out there. Someone
What became of
fucked
the
up.
creature?
Oh, are you there? Sorry, I thought this was just Shadar and Damon.
Possibly.
If you all hear that that's fine.
What's the situation, Mark?
Well, I did say that this is probably around the time everyone was kind of starting to wake. So if
Shit! No, now I can just see Elfric. No, that's fine. That's fine. if he hears it, I'm totally cool with that.
I'm thinking he probably would have been preparing his spells for the day, but kind of eavesdropping.
Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
Pricked his ears up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, what became of the creature? You managed to make it through. Oh, sorry.
Good morning, Elfric.
It was a thrilling tale. I couldn't help but take notice.
Yes. I don't know. I left. Don't know if you've ever been struck down by such a creature.
Not of that sort.
My hair once was jet black. My eyes less haunted. But my boots ruined as my toenails grew out of the leather, burst their way out. Years and years of growth. My fingers could not clutch my mace. Years and years of growth of my fingernails. This surgery required when I got back. The journey was torturous. And anyway, I've never been back.
Alfred's just sort of looking up occasionally as you say this, but frantically scribbling it down for maybe to consult some of his colleagues when he returns to his Wizards Guild to sate his curiosity in this sort of thing now.
Yes, my friends, my traveling companions. It's been a secret up till now. It's no longer a secret. I am in my 30s. I know I look a lot older.
Well, you're surely no less of a warrior for it, as you've proven many times over.
And you are certainly no less a handsome man.
Certainly feel younger than I don't know. I can't quite put it into words, but I feel I don't know. I feel younger than I look, obviously. I think we all do, but yes.
My great uncle used to say, "You're only as old as the young one you're feeling."
Where did you come from? Oh my!
He's been in the corner munching on pocket bacon, being invisible.
But well, I suppose everyone knows now. May as well.
We're all staying in a one-bedroom apartment.
Yes,
These walls are very thin.
I'm unused to you being so quiet, Satyrian.
I'm in the corner.
He hasn't put his
Yes,
armor on yet.
Yes, I am. Well, very well.
Well,
Yes, well, very well. Look, I may as well not wear. But, if you don't mind, friend, I probably will continue to wear the scarf.
Of course.
Gives me slight comfort.
Shadar, if it is to mean anything to you, I would say that it's nothing to hide. To know that you've been through such an ordeal and still carry on as the man you are, I think that in itself is a moment to celebrate.
Maybe. I don't know, Damon. I don't often get times to consider myself and others' perceptions of me. I throw myself into my work, and it's what keeps me going. So maybe one day I'll take the scarf off, but until then, I think I'd rather keep it on.
Well, in the interest of
Just begins to tie it back on.
In the interest of your honesty and braveness to let us be aware of your situation, make you feel at ease as well, I will share something of my own. He starts undoing that kind of patch that you've seen on his leg before, on his trousers. And it'd take him probably about a minute to do it. And then he'll unclip the metal kind of holder and pull it away from his leg. And you'll now see that in his thigh muscle is essentially like a massive gouge out of it, where the muscle and that's kind of been healed, but you can also see where it's literally just lining the thigh bone in some places where it's gone so deep. We all have our own scars, Shadar. Some of us are more able to hide them than others. But so you don't feel quite so alone in knowing that we have knowledge of you, you now have knowledge of me as well. As do all of you.
Not ask of the providence of this wound. But maybe when we have the time to discuss it.
You can't be in this
Might
business
get
without
into it.
picking up the odd scar.
Indeed.
Indeed.
That was exactly my point, Helfrich. You noted that perfectly. And he'll put the metal hold of the thing, he call it clip it back into his leg how it is, and then do up the patch.
I will say, it was the Temple of the Raven Queen that saved me, gave me purpose. When I thought I'd lost so many years. The High Priest, and I returned to the High Priestess. A wailing wretch. More monster than man. She said to me, think not of what you could have done with your lost years, but of what you can achieve with those that remain. That is what focuses my zeal. That is what focuses my power. That is why I serve the Raven Queen.
I can't
Serve
think of
her
any
well you
better
do.
reason.
Now, I'm not sure if anyone else noticed yesterday upon our return, but we are stationed beside some pigs, so everyone knows what that means. Fresh
Oh.
bacon.
Well, are you about to smite them?
Good
So-
news for everyone except the pigs.
As you walk outside, Tyrion, you see Duke Fenwell in the town square, surrounded completely by his guards, and he's just, hands behind his back, just kind of breathing in this country air, going, well then, fellows, the morning is young. I believe we're to make haste for Pethlin. Are we ready to venture?
I like how he chose to stand next to the pig pen when he was smelling the country air.
Yeah, well,
He's really
you know,
getting the best of it.
He's getting that smell of agriculture in, you know?
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Yeah. It is around this time that Mina comes back into town as well. You can see from this direction towards the Boglands that Mina rides into town on her horse Mule. Drag your token back into sight there. Boop. So she just gallops on into town and, just reduces obviously into a canter, to a trot, and then eventually to a walk where she kind of, I suppose, uses this tree as a makeshift hitching post to kind of just let Meal kind of graze on the bit of grass growing there. She'll arrive back into town.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mina.
Good morning. I see we're all up.
Yes. It's a fine filly.
Are we heading out?
The Duke seems to be ready to proceed.
I assume your men have resupplied, yes?
All resupplied and ready to venture on through the bog. It is, it's a trade route of ours, and should be very easily traversable throughout the mire. And as he says that, this lady up here will kind of pipe up, and she'll say, "My lord, that's actually not quite so true anymore. Since this whole Violet Madness thing reared up, no one's been traveling in and out of the dukedom, and well, it appears the Boglands themselves have been left unattended and have acclimatized in a very negative way to this disease. It's actually not so traversable as it once was, let's say." And he'll actually look genuinely taken aback by this. He'll be like, "And what of the roads, the beaten tracks?" And she replies, well, because of keeping everyone inside the dukedom to save the others. Well, no one's have had any need to go through the bogs, and it's become all overgrown. And well, these growths, these fungal trees have grown up sporadically at first around the bogs, and I don't know, I think they took to the soil and have deep-rooted it. You'd struggle to get a cart through there now. Which is made contact with the Tno dukedom, well, minimal, to be honest. As the nearest village to the dukedom, we've not heard word from the Tnos in a month and a half at best, maybe 2 months. So the Duke is just like kind of turning to his guards and kind of like getting into this kind of like panicked kind of little kind of huddle or conference, if you want, whatever you want to call it. And his guards didn't know that the Uthram Bog had succumbed to such a dire state. And I do believe they were hauling a small cart. They are now kind of contemplating leaving it here or taking what provisions they need or chancing it. So that's kind of what's happening in that little huddle at the moment.
Elfric, would you mind escorting me for a moment?
No, certainly not. Where are we to?
Just to the blacksmith.
No, lead the way.
So just while the Duke's kind of discussing what.
So yeah, they're having a little discussion that'll take a few minutes for sure. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm going to call over Seth. Excuse me, my dear man.
Yeah, and you see this big burly dude kind of already lighting up the forge as promised, and he says, young man, yes, what can I do for you? The forge is lit for you, should you need it. Or I think it might have been, was it Damon or Tyrion actually?
Yeah. It looks like we may be heading off a bit quicker than I expected this morning, but I do apologize. I take it you have distributed that money yesterday, as we saw, to
already,
you guys.
Already on the way, sir.
Perfect. And to the regions around that have also been affected?
Yes, well, that will take a little bit more time, of course, but yes, it'll be distributed to the local farms and small hamlets and villages around the area.
Excellent. Well, me and my colleagues here, we have some more good news for you. And I hold out the bag of the coin purse I have. Put it in his hand if he takes it.
He'll like reach out his hand and take the coin purse.
In that purse is a significant amount of gold that was obtained through the capture of Brady and his goons. I would appreciate it if you were to see that this was, sent around as support for the people that have been affected by him and his ghastly crones.
Yeah, so I suppose I imagine that you one hand had the coin purse and he took it in one hand, and you say this to him. He just clasps your other hand your hand with his other hand, and he shakes it vigorously. He's like, I've never met someone who would so selflessly distribute the spoils of the loot they've gathered on their journeys. I'm at a loss for words, young man, but all I can say is that this will go a very, very long way in getting things back up and running around here.
Not a problem. I mean, me and my friends here, we're not here to gain from the people. We're civil servants, just as yourself. We like to look after our people. Isn't that right, Alfric?
Absolutely, we're here to help, and whilst making sure Brady is behind bars certainly stops the threat, it doesn't make good what he's already done. So this is simply a token in that direction.
You have my thanks. You have the thanks of everyone in this village, and I dare say you have the thanks of everyone throughout this region. And I'm terribly sorry, but who should I sing the praises of to these people that have given this more than generous donation to the people?
I freaking knew that was coming up at some point.
I like how Alfred's the one who gets to decide.
Yeah.
I think I'm not really in the market for praiseful songs. I'm rather fonder of literary citations, but I suppose I think. I mean, Damon, have you ever had any songs dedicated to you? Is that something that you want?
I can't say I have, but I suppose a moniker so that when we were introduced to a new town, they would know that we're there for good and not for dismayed, you know. What would you say, good sir? Would you have a name you would come up with for us?
Yes. What do you think of when you saw us walk into town?
Bacon shakers.
Had your
What
kids,
was that?
had your wife.
Had your kids. That's
Oh,
everybody.
They're smiting everybody out here.
We are the split demographic.
Well, I'm terribly unsure as to. At first, to be honest, when I saw you venturing into town, I figured we hadn't had passerby or visitors in quite a number of weeks or months. People would pass through this village on transit between the Fenwell and Tenno dukedoms, but when I saw you folk coming along, I simply thought, oh dear, there's more trouble afoot. But you obviously have proven me wrong, of course. But I cannot validate my first impressions, of course. But if there is no name that you wish yourselves to go by, I can ask a more talented person than I, maybe perhaps a bard or someone of that nature, who would be much better at telling stories.
Just out of character very quickly for the rest of the players, does anyone have a good idea? Or maybe we could open it up to the chat as well.
Yeah,
see if someone's got a good idea.
Still like the remedies that was suggested
That's not
the
bad,
first time we
actually.
asked this question. But I don't know if we could go around like, hello, nice to meet you. We are the remedies. It's like a band.
Yeah.
We have a bard. We could you'd be the first group to create rave or EDM and just call ourselves the Raven Queens.
Is that RAVEN or RAVING?
Yes.
The Raven Queens of the Stone Age.
No, it's gotta be like,
Oh yes,
That's good.
oh god.
Love it. No, I have nothing.
We'll work on it.
Well, I'll
The
tell you,
idea's in our heads now.
It's a workshop. I believe
It's-
it. Yes.
it's open to everyone, and
It's
I
a
can
good workshop.
always retcon it. So I can say, if you decide on something, I can say, yeah, that's what you told the guy. Cool.
To tell you the
Okay.
truth, we haven't been traveling together that long, so we haven't settled on a name.
In about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is the first time we've been asked as well. So
Mm.
yeah, we'll come up. We'll workshop something then. Hopefully, maybe chat can come up with something in the meantime, and then we can always say that you just called us that.
Yep.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. You see, it's a very big commitment. You see, so
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
absolutely.
The only thing I could think of was the incomprehensibles.
I'm sorry. I don't understand the reference.
Exactly. It's working then.
We are Grendel's revenge.
Oh yeah,
No.
we are the inglorious bastards. Okay.
Indeed.
So, good luck with sending this out and stuff, and we look forward to coming back through it again once it's much more prosperous.
Always welcome back here, Millet.
Amazing.
Just a heads up, Mark. I had a chat with you, I think, after the last game about casting Scry, but I did not have the spell slot, so I can't do that before we took the long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was my plan until I had a look at the whatever spell slots I had left, and I realized that I don't have them, so
Okey-dokey.
I won't be doing that.
Alrighty, well, tomorrow is another day indeed.
That was last night, so anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tyrion, Tyrion's going to turn to the lady running the fruit and vegetable and goes, Miss, just briefly, before the fungal infection spread through the local bog, was there ever any incursions of creatures that may now be corrupted in some way?
Oh, well, there was always troubles with, and she'll kind of, wince and say, always trouble with, goblins, but nothing wrong. The town guard couldn't handle, but no one ever really ventured too deep into the bog. So where it becomes very thick and swampy, couldn't pull any carts, you see. But the beaten path, which regrettably is not there anymore because of the overgrowth, always provided safe passage. Now, anyone going from the Tenno Dukedom into the Fenwell one would always have someone adept with a blade to hand, in case these goblins, should they stray close enough to the path, took a notion to commandeer a vessel containing goods, but a very rare occurrence at that.
Yes, well, I thank you for your knowledge, and I shall most definitely keep my eye out for the bog goblins.
Or the boglins, if you will.
Boglandians.
Boglin. Oh, that's the throwback.
So while you're talking with that lady, Duke Fenwell finishes his team huddle, and he turns to you guys and says, well, it appears we have no choice but to tread on foot, as we always have, but the cart, I think we shall bring it as far as we can, and procure whatever goods we can off the wagon if the terrain gets too tough. After all, a few of my men, and myself included, have passed through these passageways through the Uthran Bog. Can't be too difficult to keep the direction roughly along where the beaten path used to be.
So I believe what you're saying is, be grand.
In a manner of speaking,
Be
yes.
grand. What could go wrong, as it were?
I am saying what could possibly go wrong.
Be grand.
No,
Excellent.
Don't get me wrong, Shadar. There is quite the potential for many things to go wrong. Without a proper path, we leave ourselves open to going awry off the safety of what used to be the road, or we have run the risk of encountering quite a vast difference in the flora of the bog, as the lady said, that there have been new growths in this region. We run the risk of sickness, illness, injury. There are many risks. But
because we've chosen this way, we gain, speed? We gain, yes, we've chosen this way because it will be quicker.
Yes.
Excellent.
A number of, weeks quicker. You'd have to go around Lake Isleth, through past Leyden and down into Luma, up to Merrin.
And fuck that, right?
Well, in a manner of speaking, yes. But
yes, agreed. Let's do it.
Also, off the table, we also had to get something from the bog.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yes, that is all. He doesn't know that, though.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
What a wonderful opportunity to encounter new creatures for the first time.
New creatures, and to determine whether they are susceptible to fire or disintegration or not.
Quite
I'd like your attitude, young man. There's a very positive outlook on this.
Indeed.
You must take an investigative mindset.
Well, what are we doing, wasting time in this little bastion of civilization here when the bog awaits?
Bog awaits.
Indeed.
Bog awaits.
What items are you actually transporting via cart?
Oh, just provisions, rations, food, armor, weapons.
Would they know the weight of this combined?
Sir Tyrion can carry lots of things.
Oh God, let's call it I don't know. Minus the actual cart itself, let's just say 300 pounds for argument's sake.
Well, if one of you doesn't mind giving me a hand, I can carry it.
The whole cart?
Not the cart, but certainly the contents. So I'll go up to the cart and start putting things into my bag.
Oh, the bag of holding. Okay, of course. And thank you for the resub.
Oh, nice.
Baptizing puns. Baptizing puss?
Solo gifted it.
Solo gift from sub, yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Sorry.
Oh, you.
Nice.
Thanks, Solo.
Inspiration.
Thanks,
Oh,
Solo.
no,
Yes.
I take it back.
Yes.
It's bad enough already. It's bad enough already.
This
We're going
can't
into
be.
his bog.
Listen,
Is my
Dave,
bug.
Dave,
Betrayal.
just remember this for tomorrow night.
Tear us to pieces.
Just remember this for tomorrow night, Dave. You know,
Oh yeah,
Solo's
don't
in the
worry.
game.
I will.
Please don't. Anyway, moving on before Dave can get any ideas. So you guys are heading off post haste, or would you like to do anything beforehand?
I'm good to go.
I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna rock up to. Is there a? So there's a general store. Should I walk up to? Is it there? Here.
So that's actually more of like an open hut for storing provisions. There's no actual store per se, save for this vegetables.
So he's looking for like the ingredients for his tincture.
Oh yeah, no, they will have some. If you wouldn't mind rolling me a D8.
So who do I speak to? Is this lady here?
It would be that lady there.
Well, my friend, I seek certain ingredients for a tincture not known to most men, women.
And what exactly is it you're looking for, sir?
Well, here they are. And
Yeah.
put out kind of curiously enough, he hasn't rewritten them down. It's still the piece of paper that was given to him.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
And it's really faded. Now he knows it by heart, but it's still a piece of parchment is really important to him, and he shows it. And he'll go, well, I seek these ingredients. Sorry. So what do you want me to roll?
D8, please.
Well, merchant, here's your D8. 5.
So you will get 5 instances of the ingredients.
Oh.
That's only like one night when everybody else wants their tea.
They can, respectfully, they can fuck off. So let me just. So that's for how much does that cost?
It's going to be a silver piece.
A silver piece is yours. Enjoy your ill-gotten gains. Oh, no, I'm joking. That will do. So that's 5. Let me just. Thank you. Cheers. That's all I want to do.
Cool. Okay. So as Damon fills his bag of holding and Shadar fills his tea pouch and everyone is good to go, I'm going to bring you up to the Custodian map where...
I just confirm with you, Mark, that I have 10 now.
Yes.
Cool.
Sounds about right.
Well provisioned.
In around Kasdan then, which was about here at this crossway, you enter the Boglands. So, can I get not each of you, one of you guys, whoever you would like, to roll me a D8.
Oh,
It
I
was
don't know.
terrible.
Sounds scary.
I'm
The
not
last
doing
time
that.
I did it, we got 7 werewolves.
I can do it.
Maybe we'll get 8 this time.
My rolling
Who,
sucks.
7.
who did that?
I did that.
Okie dokie. Okay, right. So,
Sorry, I didn't know a good time to interject this.
Go for
We're walking. Is there a good chance to get Damon alone? Not for a super long time, but just to have one of those
oh yeah, like you'll be
quiet,
walking.
walking next to each other conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, yeah.
Oh,
Powwow.
A little powwow, if we would. So I assume Mina's kind of trotting along, and at some point, if Demon is kind of slipping back, she'll just kind of say,
You expose me, I'll bleed you.
no, nothing so cutthroat, just more of a kind of little lighthearted. I saw you and Shadar this morning.
Asleep.
Cuddling, asleep. I just wanted to say,
Back off. No, I'm just kidding.
I know
Oh,
we.
bitch.
Damn. Okay, I'm trying, guys. But Mina just kind of, I guess, kind of laughs a little bit, and she's like, "I just wanted to let you know that what I joked about before, nothing actually happened. So,
Remind me when, why?
when you saw Shadar in my room that night,
Well, listen, my dear. If I've learned anything, it's to keep my nose out of anything that's not mine.
well, he could be. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have any claim to him whatsoever. I know you've found him attractive before, so.
I mean, you're not so bad looking yourself, my dear.
Well, thank you. But I just want to let you know that,
I think you may have misinterpreted last evening a little. It was more of a comfort to just still be alive rather than necessarily anything further. I wouldn't assume to be beholden to any of you and either way, or vice versa. I consider you all very good.
okay. Well, if it ever goes any further, good luck.
Same to you, my dear.
Sure.
Now, you can't you can't make me believe that you haven't had some feeling toward the man.
Like romantically? No.
Lustfully.
I mean, if there was an opportunity, would I have taken it? Sure. But there's not.
That's what I mean. If it becomes a possibility, then again, I'm not in your way either.
Oh, I think we're thinking about different things. But I'm not interested in anything, long term, real. Just
What you're saying is you really like Tyrion.
Mina will laugh at that.
Listen,
You don't think Sir Tyrion is real?
You could be
Oh.
Smite.
I think he's incredibly real. You've seen his physique, right?
I have.
Yeah, exactly. I think, I mean, even with the robes, I wouldn't half believe that Elfric is pretty good under there as well.
Yeah, Mina just kind of bursts out laughing. And she's like, well, if I find out before you do, I'll let you know.
Please make sure you do. Listen, I will say from my perspective, I enjoy the company of many. Not necessarily in that way, but I just like to be close to people. It's not necessarily about the physicality of a person. It's about of a connection. And I know, obviously, we've had our moments. You know, that bath was pretty fun, even though you got the bubbles in my eye. We've all had our moments, and hopefully that carries on.
I think they would. I don't see why not.
Let's enjoy this glorious weather and get in to look at these hunky men in front of us.
It is pretty fun when Tyrion does his whole, the righteous hand of God is upon you.
Oh my God, I've been so weak at the knees so many times because of that.
And the one time when we were in Ray and he was just like, your fight is with me, beast.
I have to say though, Elfric's calm demeanor, but so authoritative. It's pretty nice too.
He's a little terrifying.
He is, isn't he? It's amazing. Anyway, we better catch up a bit, I think. I just laugh and...
Cool. Okay. Mina, with that 7-year-old, it does start to rain rather heavily as you enter these boglands. You're just kind of coming up, kind of leaving kind of meadow, kind of grassland area, kind of, you know, with a nice amount of trees spotted here and there, very low-lying area. But then you can see that the softness of the ground starts to increase and increase, and it become, especially with the rain, it starts to get a little bit more mushy and sloppy as time goes on. And it is then you notice that the once green, luscious trees that were kind of guiding your path turn to kind of these hollow-looking kind of willow trees. And the ground is now saturated. There are puddles everywhere. You've definitely now entered bogland. Can I get a D20 from somebody, please? This is again a party roll.
I nominate Matt.
If it starts to look unsafe, I will dismount.
Yeah, so that's fair. Yep. A 13.
Hey, unlucky for some.
It's our
This
13th
And
episode,
this is
so it's
episode
got to
13.
be lucky.
There you go.
There's
What's
water
that,
in my
Mark? We
boots.
level up? Amazing.
Ooh. Well, I don't know if I can fit. I don't know if I can fit 13 beholders on this map. No, I'm sorry.
Great.
So yeah, okay. Nothing happens as you approach the. So the environment is now completely, I suppose, deteriorated into sloppy, squelchy, peaty ground, and you are now in the thick of this bog. It is closing in on evening time. It's very open area. There's only kind of sporadic trees here and there. Are you guys going to press on or set camp for the evening? That is.
What's the wildlife situation like? Because I know we haven't had many birds or deer or anything. Is it better here?
Can you roll me a survival check? Actually.
Oh, I sure can.
Seeing as you're asking. You don't see any wildlife. No birds, no deer, no rabbits, no anything. Even you'd kind of suspect in like peaty ground, you'd expect to see a whole bunch of creepy crawlies here and there, but you know, you don't. It seems very, I suppose, benign. You might have maybe noticed the maybe crackling under your boot that you would have stepped on, you know, some small bones. But other than that, not really much else you can tell around about the wildlife. With a 10, you have noticed as you entered the bog some unusual plants that you've never seen before, but looks like they would belong in a very waterlogged environment. You know, they're these kind of like swollen kind of plants, kind of bulbousy, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, my turn. Sorry.
Like what?
I
Sorry?
would have just mentioned this to the gang as kind of like asinine, odd comments, but yeah.
I turn to Sir Tyrion and go, well, Sir Tyrion.
Yeah, Ishidor.
How do you think the weather will treat us today?
Oh, well, as you can see, it's already started up lovely. This rain is nice and heavy, perfect for a bog.
Do you feel it might clear later on, or how do you think we're fixed?
Well, I can't see it clearing anytime soon. The sky looks perpetually dark, but each day brings a new horizon.
Good to know. All right, my friend.
You have a feeling on this? Do you believe we are...
No, I thought I'd defer to your experience.
All I know is I'll be polishing my armor so it doesn't rust.
Indeed. Well, I mean, the travel has been surprisingly easy.
Yes.
Not a lot of enemies or natural hazards, as it were. Seems things are going quite well. Wouldn't you agree?
There is the possibility that the cackling from those two back there is scaring everything away.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yes, it sounds like once when I was an acolyte, before they gave me my credentials, as it were, I was forced to chaperone a bunch of teenage female acolytes, and
What?
the cacklings and laughter. I mean, that sound very similar.
Yes, schoolgirls laughing most definitely. I
Indeed.
must say, Shana, there seems to be a bit more of a vigor to you today. You seem, dare I say, optimistic in this day's travel.
Look how grim it looks, Sir Tyrion. Look how hopeless our odds seem. The deeper we wade into this mire of impossibility, the better my mood grows.
Yes, you must have seen that writings on the bog bodies. Is that it? You're intrigued as to how it is to dig a grave in this terrain.
Do you know? I have an answer for that, but I can only probably answer it with a shovel and a spade. But yes, it is possible, my friend, to dig a grave in a bog when all the mire and the muck seeps into the hole you dig. There is a way. Anyway, let's save that revelation for our enemies.
Yes, I'm sure we'll be making camp at some stage.
Indeed.
Even is Shadar grinning? He's wow.
Shadar's in a good
I've never
mood.
seen him so happy.
Obviously, I'm better at snuggling than I thought, hey?
Yeah.
Whoa, Solo,
Oh,
thanks for all the
Solo.
gifted subs.
Whoa.
What is this?
Wow.
Who gets the
That's inspiration for
Thank
all.
you so much.
Oh,
I
thank you.
guess.
Oh God.
I mean,
He knows something we don't know.
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I was on to Christian about this.
You might want to help him out this session if you're gonna.
The bog
Okay.
is a mimic.
You're already in the stomach.
Yeah.
Thank you, Solo.
I guess
Yeah, thanks, man. That was awesome.
Cheers, Christian. Cheers.
Thank you.
So, you guys are murking on, or are you making camp? It is closing in on evening time, and it is still lashing rain.
Oh, well, we could stop here and camp, my friends, but in
So
my
do-
experience,
How many are
the most exciting creatures are encountered further in and during the night.
So, on that note, just to mention as well that it is quite overcast. Visibility is poor because these boglands have a kind of like a mist within the mire, especially when it's raining. So it's kind of like anyone who's familiar with mirelands would know that when it rains, visibility gets poorer because a lot of water vapor and mist seems to rise from the ground. But so just to take that into account, if you guys do decide to venture to continue on, so just leaving that out there.
So I'll probably approach Alfric and just, if this is the best camp that we're probably going to make, you've got that spell, right? The Lehman's hut.
Oh yes.
I think between the two of us, we probably could fit everyone in.
I think we should be able to. We should be able to provide enough shelter for the whole party.
Now, you're a better man than I am with spells.
Well,
That
different,
would
perhaps, but I wouldn't say
protect
better.
us if you're too kind. Would that protect us if the bog started flooding or something? Like if we were part of a landslide, would it stay? Because I know it can protect us from things coming in or on top, but from the bottom.
Yes, that would be my concern. I don't think it would protect us from any rising water.
So we probably should find a high spot and then set these up.
Ideally, yes, it should be in addition to a good camping spot, not instead of. I think that would be best.
So you guys are looking for a better,
kind of a higher spot.
If we can find anywhere that's maybe higher ground or sturdier ground.
I will.
And I'm sure we'll tell the others.
We may have to just make do, though. It's not very hospitable land.
So if you're telling the others, I would invite whoever has the highest survival check or highest skill in survival.
Shadar, let's go. It's got to be you.
What? I'm sorry, I was busy. What?
You're out to I see.
What do you need me to do?
We're seeking out higher ground.
It's up there. Hold on. Guidance.
Oh,
hold on. Guidance. I also said guidance.
Oh, it is up there.
Wow.
It's up there.
Yeah, like
generally, I find the high ground is up.
So
I'm gonna send Damon a look.
You
like
would have
you
actually
cuddled him too well. You broke him. You broke the whole man.
You would have actually already sussed this out, Shadar, when you got to the area you're in, considering making camp. So when Mina asks you, you just, without even looking, you're like, it's over there. Maybe another 20-30 minutes travel, but definitely doable before sundown, you have a lie of the land. So yeah, you're able to get to higher ground.
He's unintentionally actually pointing at the Tanglire Mountains instead.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's about 3 weeks that way.
The highest land.
But there's no doubt as to its height.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you do that, and you can make camp there if you choose to. Then using your Lehman's tiny hut spells.
Yes. Question for you.
Answer.
I will actually. I'll type it to you. So
okay.
it's not kind of essential, but it's interesting.
Around the two bubbles that I guess are being set up, I'm going to ritually do my alarm around.
Of course.
I should be able to fit it around both the bubbles. And then as I step into whichever bubble I'm going into, I'm going to prestidigitate my boots, my trousers as I get in so that I'm not getting into this bubble completely filthy of bog water and slop.
Sounds good. Yep. Okay.
Damon's camping down as fresh as possible.
No,
Who wants a well-being snuggle tonight then?
It doesn't matter actually. Do you know what? I'll put this out to the gang as well. Word of recall. It says if you and up to 5 willing creatures within 5 feet of you instantly teleport to a previously designated sanctuary. You and any creatures that teleport with you appear in the nearest unoccupied space to the spot you designated when you prepared your sanctuary. See below. If you cast this spell without first preparing a sanctuary, the spell has no effect. You must designate a sanctuary by casting this spell within a location, such as a temple dedicated to or strongly linked to your deity. If you attempt to cast this spell in this manner in an area that isn't dedicated to your deity, spell has no effect. So I have to. So Word of Recall can only be used in sort of some sort of temple or shrine to the Raven Queen. Is that right?
Yeah, or somewhere or a shrine even.
Or graveyard.
If you had like a house,
it
or
would
something.
take you there. You could use it wherever, right? And it would
No.
Yeah,
But I couldn't use it. Our camp now. And if we all got fucking battered, then to bring us back to our camp now, because it's not, So
but it doesn't bring you back to here either, though, doesn't it? It's
you instantly teleport to a previously designated sanctuary.
But you can't get back. By that mean.
What do you mean?
No, you couldn't go back to where you were, but you come back to here, and then you basically it's one of those.
So let's just say point A and point B. You can revert back to point A, but you can't revert back again to
but you can walk the 2 days
to
get back to point A. Yeah, but it's if shit goes really, really bad, you can leave, like a crate of potions of healing in point A and teleport back to point A and then get better and then go, let's go again, but be more aware. But the thing about it is, like, our camp can't be one of my points of recall. Okay, cool, good to know.
Yeah, it would be like the temple in Heathcote.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I should have done, but anyway. Good to know.
But if there's any small temples to the Raven Queen in your travels other than Heathcote, which there are around Castonia, you can use those.
I'll certainly remember. I'll try and remember. Cool.
Alrighty. Cool. So yeah, you're casting Demon's Tiny Hut. So I will not require any watch checks. But what I will require from absolutely everybody,
I'm gonna take make and take.
Do it. Can I get a perception check from everybody in the audience?
In the audience.
It's the late show, my friend.
Does Fido count?
Fido will count. Oh my god!
That was mine. Fuck Fido. Fido has advantage.
Got 23, my friend.
+1. I don't think Fido's gonna beat. Well, Fido can't beat me. But Fido gets.
Don't worry,
11.
Don't worry, Tyrion. You can already hear what happens tomorrow. With that roll, let me see. So who have we in? We have Damon, who is fast asleep, doesn't hear a thing. Tyrion, always on alert. Shadar hears. Mina does not. Fido does not. Alfric, if I could get a roll from you, sir.
Certainly.
I was going to roll for Rocket.
My character sheet to load is being
Oh,
a little
no
bit
worries.
slow. So this is just a straightforward perception roll, is it?
Yes, please.
Nothing sus at all.
11. Nothing special.
Okay. So it is just the lads, Tyrion and Shadar. During your rest, at a random point in the night, hard to tell from the moon because it's all overcast. You can't see where the moon is. You're kind of jutted awake. You hear this like crunching of leaves and branches and twigs and whatnot. And you kind of shoot awake. No, you don't see anything.
Oh.
But what languages do you guys speak?
Jeez. Infernal, Abyssal, and Common.
Okay.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Elvish.
Yeah, okay. So you hear this muttering, like just for maybe about 5 to 10 seconds between at least two creatures. You just hear this. It's just rabble. You can't understand it. And
How long did that go on for?
maybe 5 seconds.
Right, okay.
And you hear more crunching. And it appears that everything falls silent then for indefinitely.
Did you hear that?
I couldn't make out what language it was.
Yes, I speak a myriad of languages, my friend, but that was not one of them. Sounded like vaguely twig-like.
Vaguely. Have you heard a twig speak before?
No, I'll tell you what, though. I don't speak Sylvan, but I've been around folks that do. And it sounds like twigs breaking. One does not have to be able to speak a language, as it were, but to remember what one sounds like. It seems like that. The Raven Queen will hold their hands up and say that time to time Shadar Vicanis is wrong, but sounded sort of naturist to me.
Well, in the morning we must be extra vigilant, leaving the huts in case there is something set up outside as a surprise.
Especially twigs.
Yes, some sort of trap.
Indeed. Well, Satine, how are you getting on with all of this? The stuff with your family and that?
Oh, well, I've had some days to think about it, and I suppose not knowing that this grand quest ever happened it's quite the reason I've taken the name I've taken. It is protection against my family, but now I'm aware of it. I, of course, am going to do my best to recover my great-grandfather's armor. Perhaps when I return home in 30, 40, or 50 years, I can tell any other surviving family members.
It's fascinating how fate winds our threads together, isn't it?
It's quite fascinating. It's almost as if the gods play a little game. They intertwine us together and see what works and what doesn't, and can pluck strings at any stage.
It's wonderful, isn't it? Is it not? Wonderful.
It's quite entertaining.
Yes, well, is it not an honor to be an instrument of their design?
It's quite chosen, some say.
Indeed. Well, my friend, I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm here for your quest, my friend.
Listen.
It is an honorable one.
Yes.
I am honored to help you recover that armor.
I'm honored to help you avenge the unfortunate events that happened to your family, as it is almost like the gods intertwined them to enable each other's in so many ways.
Well, my friend, I look forward to that day. Awkward fist bump.
Clang.
Shakes his fist. Good night, my friend.
Yes, good night.
The rest of the night passes without issue. And night eventually gives way to day, and you guys are all up.
Has the rain let up?
That is the very next thing I was going to ask. So, with that, can I get...
It's Damon's turn.
Can
Okay. I will
just do a real... So while you're doing that, I'm just going to rejig my spells, if that's all right.
Absolutely, yeah. And Damon, it'll be a D12 from you this time.
Oh, I got thrown under the bus there, did I?
I mean, no, we're taking turns. Sharing is caring.
No, well, my rolls are bad.
It is the same amount of rain, but it has changed that, that kind of like fat rain, that real kind of...
Sure.
Yeah.
Rain it sideways.
Yeah, well, no, it's not that. That's the kind of stingy rain. This is the more the gloopy kind of rain. It's real thick rain.
Yeah, big drops.
Yeah. So yeah, it is still raining the same amount, but just seems to be that bit wetter now.
Okay, so Shadar will, if we're at the start of the day, Shadar will take out a set of jewel inlaid bones from a pouch that nobody's seen before. And he's going to cast Find the Path.
Ooh.
Casting time 1 minute. This spell allows you to find the shortest, most direct physical route to a specific fixed location that you are familiar with on the same plane of existence. So he's been told about it. So I would assume that our destination is familiar.
That's
If you
useful.
name a destination on another plane of existence, a destination that moves, or a destination that isn't specific, the spell fails. For the duration, as long as you are on the same plane of existence as the destination, you know how far it is and in what direction it lies. While you're traveling there, whenever presented with a choice of paths along the way, you automatically determine which path is the shortest and most direct route.
Okay.
In brackets, but not necessarily the safest route,
Yes.
which I'm sure
Nice.
you're interested in, Mark. So cool. So I'm going to blast my highest level spell slot on that, which is 6th. So
Wow.
heads up to Elfric. I do not have a heal spell now.
I was starting to become quite reliant on them.
Okay, mate.
I'll have to be careful.
So,
Yeah.
that is good information to have. Is there anything you guys would like to do before setting off? Because that find the path will come into play in just a minute.
Okay, cool.
Mostly just complain that I don't know how we're gonna find whatever it is we're supposed to find when I can't see my hand in front of my face.
So that is a very good point. It is very wet, kind of thick rain. Visibility is poor, and that mist is still there from the rain. So visibility is not super great. But you can still see, you don't have a far sight.
Yeah, we can't see off to the horizon or anything.
Right, correct, yeah.
But I will just, part of the goal for me not mentioning it too is that people don't forget that we're supposed to be looking for something.
Yes. Oh yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, no, when Shadar, so he begins to cast a spell and he goes, my friends, I have the wherewithal and the abilities to beseech the Raven Queen to find us the quickest way out of this wonderful place. But agreed, we are in search of other things, but just because she shows me the way does not mean we need take it. So I will cast this spell.
Very useful.
And we'll see where adventure takes us.
So what happens when you cast this spell, Shadar, is that you do this little tiny ritual as you cast the spell with the bag of stuff, the jewel encrusted bones. And what happens is your eyes don't roll into the back of your head, but your iris of your eyes gets paler. Like if you had blue eyes, they're now kind of like an icy blue kind of thing. And you just see this small little kind of thread of light kind of weaving around the bog, and it's kind of showing you kind of where the shortest route is. As you guys, have your breakfast rations or pocket bacon, you guys set off, and you're traveling through this murky, wet kind of, saturated bogland, and every step you take, you're going ankle deep into muck. But about 3 hours in, one of the guards stops and says, well, this has me. Up until now, this is where the beaten path definitely was, but now I can't rightly recall. So before you, in your immediate vicinity, you can see that the flat land kind of tends to, I suppose, span out, and you can see a kind of terrain that leads off into the distance where you can see kind of more of those kind of hollowed out looking willow trees, not bearing any leaves, just kind of gnarled trees, and some of them seem to have some of the violet fungus growing on them. And you've been starting to notice that the deeper into the bog you've been going, it's starting to become rich in fungal type growths. So that's kind of venturing off to the right. To the center, you're kind of seeing just kind of a little bit of a hilly kind of terrain up ahead. It kind of slopes upwards, and you obviously can't see past that. But the mist does seem to rise as the hill rises, so you can't really see if there's anything growing up the top of the hills or not. And then if you were to venture to your left, you can see that it is very kind of watery, as in like you will be treading water to keep on venturing through. You're not entirely sure if it's due to the heavy rainfall that the water table has kind of risen a little bit, or if it has always been waterlogged. Shadar, I will say that the quickest route is taking you through that waterlogged region. And I will give you guys 5 to 10 minutes to think about which direction you're going to go, because I think that's a fine place to take a break.
Ah, excellent.
Nice.
Cool. Great. Cheers.
Andy needs to make sure that Meal doesn't go like Artax. Like,
Oh, God, no.
you need to be
Like who?
careful. Of
Never-ending
story.
story. Yeah, that was
Never-ending story.
a heartbreaking scene.
Oh, my God. I've never watched that movie since.
Yeah.
And I will never.
So let's hope that does not happen. But
Fine.
think about it carefully. This is a choose your own adventure, and this is where the fork in the road happens. So
Excellent.
It could be your last choice.
so yeah, we'll be Shane's
In 5.
boys of the water. All right, back in 5, guys, and
Cool.
And very welcome back to the second half of our game this evening. The guys have ventured into the Uthrim Bog in the lashing rain. It is murky, it is miry, and it is just, visibility is just next to nothing at the moment. Before we went on break, I presented the guys with a choice. They reached a fork in the road, but it forks into 3 different directions. They can choose the forested path, the hilled path, or the waterlogged path. And I don't know. What are you guys feeling? What's your gut telling you? Shadar's spell is telling them to go the waterlogged path, but that's the fastest route. So yeah, you guys are standing at this crossroads as we speak. The guards who have traversed these boglands a number of times are kind of scratching their heads. The growths have become these fungal growths and these weird plants that are mainly violet in color, but you see the odd yellow one, the odd blue one, and the odd green one here and there. They seem to have just dominated this bogland, and they just can't tell what the correct path to take is.
Before we go any further, do we see the flowers that we're meant to be collecting?
Not yet. And you were given a very detailed description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you haven't spotted them yet.
I think it's fair to say that we're all keeping an eye out for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm going on that assumption. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not fond of the path in the water. Just seems more dangerous than necessary.
The place is thick with infestation. We may not want to linger here any longer than necessary.
Well, my friends,
It is the quickest path.
It is the quickest path, my friends, but by no means the right one. Just beseech the Raven Queen to let you know what was what, as it were.
I mean,
Sir Tyrion, what do you think?
Well, as always, I'm open for whatever route the collective chooses. I can usually get myself out of any situation, but we are curtailing a reasonably sized group of, for want of a better phrase, slightly trained pedestrians. But should all else fail, I do have in the memory banks of my knowledge an ancient ritual for helping one decide upon a difficult situation.
What do you tell? Is this some sort of ancient Torm decision-making prayer? Or
It's not exactly Torm, but my grandfather was the one who taught me it. It's an abyssal prayer to help one select a...
I'm sorry, a what?
An abyssal prayer to help one select a path.
From the abyss.
Well, it's in the abyssal language. I don't know if it originated there or if it was...
But I mean, if it's a prayer, which deity does it beseech?
Well, it doesn't beseech a deity. Some may say a prayer, some may say a limerick. It could have been written by an abyssal bard.
Oh, a limerick.
A limerick, yes.
I'm quite fond of a limerick.
Eeny,
Is it
meeny,
funny?
miny, mo.
You fucking ruined me.
Let's hear it.
Oh, no, you wouldn't want the abyss. And
No.
I'd be very
I
interested to
I
hear it.
trust you, Tyrion.
Sounds an interesting thing.
It's almost a method of divination, as it were.
yes, quite.
Let's hear it.
And it's been spoiled, but fucking inspiration there goes to It's a Map because she got it because in Abyssal, Tyrion points and goes, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
So in other words,
Sorry,
we can now
I
all
genuinely thought you had
suspect
some
that Mina
paladin
is from
thing,
the
and I
abyss.
was making a joke. I'm
And
sorry.
it'll stop on the woods, the willows.
It just makes Mina even more suspicious.
Yeah.
She knows old abyssal prayers.
Oh yeah.
Why not? Why not? My warlock patron taught them to me.
So are we going through the woods then?
Like I said, it's just an option. It's not necessarily what we have to do. Which one of you, I'll turn to the Duke's men, which one of you has traveled these roads before?
Yeah, so you'll get a raise of hand.
Oh, well, I ask you simply, you might not remember the exact path, but you can at least remember a small detail was, were your feet wet or were you in shadow from overhung trees?
Good question.
Yeah, okay. He recalls vividly enough, and he says it was definitely low-lying land. Don't recall many trees. I certainly don't. Yes, no, we were in open air. There was no overwhelming shade. That's for sure. Relatively low land.
Relatively
The
low
map
land.
did have trees more on the north and south of the bog, and not so much in the middle.
So, does that mean we're not going the waterlogged way? We're not going the tree way? We're splitting the difference and going down the middle way?
It's fine by me. We have no way of knowing which route is safer.
A point to note there is that you said low-lying land, so the middle route does have hills. Just
Right.
if that changes things.
So low lying could have been the water, yeah.
The Raven Queen has told us the most expedient way is through the drink.
I hope you all brought your good waterproof hiking boots.
I did not.
Quite surprised with that, you always seem prepared.
I'm prepared for banquet. I am often prepared for some cups of wine. Wading through bogs and mires is not something I will ever be prepared for. It is a
Maybe
necessary
you should cuddle with
evil.
him every night.
Shadar, I must say, your demeanor today is
He's so cranky.
so different to yesterday when you were so excited to be in the bog. Did you not sleep well? Was the late night disturbance break your beauty sleep?
Let us away.
Take that as a yes. Yes, onward.
Okay.
Oh, in fact, it is a new day. And I should probably ask Sir Tyrion. Do you think we will have the rain on our faces today?
Oh, it's heavier than ever.
You think?
Oh, I know. Can you not feel it?
I mean later on. But good to know, Sir Tyrion.
You can actually hear the clink from each raindrop off the earth.
Yeah.
Clink, 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 clink. Okay, so you're going the waterlogged route.
I love that essentially
Are we?
Sicilians become a weather vane.
Yeah. The paladin is wet, it's probably raining.
Yeah.
All right, so let me switch over the old Maparoni here.
wish I had that meme about the weather forecast and rock.
The weather rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
The weather paladin.
Rock is gone.
Your very
Tornado.
own weather paladin.
So you guys are up at the top corner up here.
Oh, look, we got all these meat shields.
Let's
Yes.
change that up a little bit. Let's get them.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the formation I was presuming things were happening in. But there you have it. So you're in this very soaked and drenched, peaty, turfy kind of land. There are less violet fungal growths this way.
That's good.
Yeah. You don't see a whole lot. What you do see is a hell of a lot of murky, wet soil. You see the odd dead tree. You do see up ahead where the ground kind of seems to be parted by waterlogging, that you can see a felled tree provides safe passage across. Can I get everybody to roll a perception check?
As we pass into this area, I just say to Duke Fenwell, your lordship, it may be wise as we pass into this potentially treacherous terrain if you let us go first and have your guards form a protective formation around you in case anything unexpected comes to pass.
So they're going to take this kind of formation then, or something like that. Wow! Look at all those. Whoa!
Oh,
So
Dave.
it was 11 for Damon, but it was a natural 20 for Rocket.
I've got a 27.
Having
Yeah,
a good
you're
old look
good.
here.
So let's see. Rocket, Alfric, and Shadar. So Rocket here's talking. What are your languages, Damon and Alfric?
Let's see.
Common, Celestial, Infernal.
Okay. Alfric, what languages would he speak?
Just trying to find my list of them.
No worries.
I know he has. Yeah, I know he has Common and Elvish, but there are a couple of others.
Yeah.
I may have forgotten to put on my sheet. I think I have Common, Elvish, and Gnomish.
Okay. Nobody understands what's being said, but through the rain, you can see through the mist. But further up in this rough direction, you can hear what might be like a couple of people having an argument. You hear this kind of like this. It's faint, but you can hear this kind of like snarly kind of tone going.
Now would have been a good day to prepare comprehend languages.
So hearing that, I'm going to nudge Tyrion and then just kind of like tap his headpiece because he's done this before and we've talked about it. And I'm going to point to where they are.
Tyrion didn't hear anything. Just to point a note.
Oh yeah, but I'm going to point out where the sound is now, so that he's more kind of focused on where it is, kind of thing. But also just like tap him on his tiara, so that he can.
Oh, God damn it!
I love it.
Everything's a tiara, dear.
It's shiny.
This is just an industrial tiara.
Exactly. It's a man's tiara.
And having that hint, he will activate the helm and cast comprehend language.
Does it tell you what language? Would you mind putting that in the chat? Does it tell you what language it is or no?
It does not. We had this discussion
I think you just
before.
understand what it
You
is.
just understand it, okay. Well, for now, you can't hear it until you attempt to get closer.
Yeah, but I think it lasts for an hour. How do I
Because
share
I suppose you do have that situation where the rain is falling on top of this body of water, and that's making that splashy sound that's kind of drowning out
Yeah.
the speech.
Actually, I can hear it, right? You said.
Rocket could. You couldn't.
Oh, Rocket could. Okay. So he's just.
Let
pointing it out to
me
then.
drop him on the map for you, actually. Bloop. Yeah. So whoa.
Hello.
Giant rockets back.
Wow.
So yeah, Rocket just kind of like tugs your shirt, and he points in the direction of the talking.
Okay.
And Duke Fenwell sees you all stop in your tracks and just says, "Hail, what?"
There are voices across the water.
I don't. So, sorry, with a 27 perception, I heard voices, but I just didn't know what they were.
You heard this similar to what you heard last night. You heard them too.
So that weird
Yeah, that real
language that I don't get.
Yeah, it seems like a series of raspy kind of like.
Okay, cool. So I'll
Yeah.
stay close to Sir Tyrion then and go, my friend, same sounds as last night.
Let's see if we can identify them this evening.
Okay.
So when he says this evening, are we close to the end of the day or?
You're probably about midday at this point.
Okay.
This afternoon.
Excellent. Lunchtime.
Tyrion, may I get another perception check from you? Damon and Shadar, you've already heard the thing, so you don't need to.
Just for mechanic reasons, Rocket can't be surprised.
Cool. I'd say Christmas is a real letdown for him, so.
Nice.
Listen, he knows what's coming for Christmas because
Don't look in the wardrobe
to build it in front of him.
Tyrion, you can definitely make out the sounds of this chatter now, but it's not raspy kind of clicks and hisses and words you don't understand. What you hear is, "Hurry up, you buffoon, and harvest all these plants. We need them quickly."
Aw,
Nice.
just have an organic tea store.
Tyrion will turn and
It's not how you handle a shovel. Give it here.
it sounds like they're harvesting plants. This could be farming folk.
Yeah, it may not be a threat.
Okay, Tyrion.
I hear them all talking, probably, right?
Oh yeah, you hear the guys talking. Tyrion, I might get you to stand where you are for just a second as Mina, if you want to do anything.
I just want to point out that they could be harvesting the fungus. These could be people responsible for the madness. Maybe they're using the bog to grow the fungus.
Touche.
You hear a voice, Tyrion, that says, "Aye, metal man approaching. More people." And this one is coming from this direction. Roughly around there. Sorry, in case you didn't see the ping, roughly around this direction.
Okay.
Do you stop in your tracks, or what do you do?
No, you continue. Metal man approaching. He's not afraid.
Okay. He is then going to try and stop you from going ahead.
Oh shit.
Because you don't see him, this will be a surprise attack.
He does hear him and know the vague direction.
Yeah, he does hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, but he is considered hidden, though.
Okay.
Okay.
So, for purposes of revealing character sheets, I'm just going to roll this as a d20 at first.
It's exactly like how I feel when I walk into a department store. Hi. Whoa, I didn't see you there.
Oh.
Okay. So, because of the advantage, it's a critical hit.
Not against Tyrion.
Not against Tyrion. Oh, yes, because of the adamantine armor, of course.
There's a flash of blue as I'm going to assume, arrow makes contact.
Yes. But you still take the damage, right?
Standard damage, yeah.
Yep. Can I get a constitution saving throw from you, sir?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Poisonous little bastard.
Can I give him guidance?
21.
No, I don't think I can.
Beautiful.
Your shoulder, as it's hit with an arrow, seems to numb a little bit, but you shake it off. And you hear this voice say, I couldn't kill him. There's someone coming. The people coming. And so what do you do?
He's fucking following the fly path of that arrow and yeeting
Right,
across his
Andrew.
log.
Have you just been
Roll
attacked?
initiative.
Okay, so how are you doing this? Are you traversing the water, or are you crossing the log?
Well, Tyrion can hear the voices actively now, so where does he think it is?
So there
roughly?
was one here, roughly,
Yeah.
and one over here, roughly.
And this one said Metal Man incoming.
Sir Tyrion, where should I direct my flame strike?
Where I land! And in that
Oh,
flash
Boom.
of silvery mist, Tyrion is over the river.
I'm going to drop a flame strike right there, unless you want initiative to happen.
initiative is just about to happen because you're right beside it, Sir Tyrion. I'm going to reveal it for you now. It's a goblin.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Aw.
Here's some initiative.
Oh.
Did the arrow do any?
Oh, it did do damage, of
yeah.
course.
Sorry, just seeing if health is still full. So I said better say that.
So do I have to roll initiative?
Yeah, everyone initiative. So that is going to be just 8 points of piercing damage. I know you guys can all see this. I don't care.
What?
Well, close
the
your eyes.
The rolls that are coming out, the initiative rolls.
All right.
And
All
another
right.
one.
Basically, there are a lot of goblins.
Goblin, man, Jesus.
Uthrim goblins. You know nothing is ever.
Oh
either-
no, are these going to be like the ones we had?
Don't
I
ruin
can
it,
just
Dave.
see fear
No.
in Dave's eyes.
These are
Oh,
Gungabar.
no.
For a second, I was like goblins, and I was like,
Nothing-
oh, shit,
nothing ever
Mark's
comes-
Yes, Lord.
Nothing ever comes out of the monster manual with me.
Yeah, I know, but I remember the last goblins we fought.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
The ones that turned into a Megazord and they got 6 of them together.
Yeah. Right, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
You all right?
This is not fine.
Narrator, things were not fine.
Things were not fine.
The guards got a natural 20.
Ooh.
Damon, you arrow first, though.
Okay, so I tap Shadar on the shoulder. You ready?
I'm born ready, my friend.
Shadar disappears from my hand
What?
and appears next to Satyrion as I am rubbing my ring.
That is brilliant.
So where am I? Over here
next-
now.
Yeah, you're over next to Satyrion.
By the grace of the Raven Queen, what? Oh,
I
Just
asked if you were ready.
didn't know what you meant, but I guess I am.
I'm gonna.
And his eyes will bore into this little goblin. He goes, I am your end, my little goblinoid friend.
I'm gonna start drawing my bow, and as Rocket would have been next to me, I can't actually control him.
Oh, let me give you control over that little friend. Boo, 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 boo. Bang. There you go. You should be able to move him around.
Cool. So yeah, he would have been next to me. So he's gonna do 1, 2.
Oh, he will need a dex save.
Oh,
He can do that. He can do that. He can do that. I hope he can do that. +1, 13.
He cannot do that. It is a very, very wet log, and Rocket is a big mechanical creature. He slips and falls into the water.
Oof. Oh, like here.
There.
Okay.
But what Rocket hears as he hits the water, he doesn't touch the bottom. It's quite deep.
Right.
He hears something slush around in the water as he
Okay.
falls.
Does he have movement left? He
Mm.
just slipped off, right?
So he went 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so he has about maybe 5 foot of movement.
Okay.
He can use his action to pull himself up if needs be. So we'll take either acrobatics or athletics for that.
Where he's gonna just try and wade out of the water this way.
Okay.
So he can only get to there anyway. So I'm guessing
Okay.
it's just on the edge of the embankment, is it?
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And that's my turn then.
Very well. The guards are going to take a more defensive formation around the Duke, first and foremost.
Good
Nice.
idea.
They are going to centralize to about here. And,
no one is attacking. Awesome.
well, no, they are. They're about to attack. They're the only creature they can see, which is this one. So I'm going to roll a couple of short bow hits for the ones that have drawn their short bow. Or longbow, should I say. Boom and boom. And one more for good measure. We'll say half of them are ready for action. 18 is the only one that hits. Flies over Shadar's shoulder hits this thing in the kind of lower abdomen and deals 6 points of damage. And it shrieks and let out a scream, but Tyrion is the only person who hears it say, "Ah! Piece of shit!" So next up is... So this goblin here that was given out to the other ones drops its shovel, produces a bow, and who is in its line of sight? Looking over across the bank, the first person it sees is Mina, I guess. For a nat 1, how does that sound?
Sounds brilliant.
Let's roll that D100. So you like in this like shock, like drops the shovel, produces a bow, and the arrow just like doesn't even connect with the bowstring.
Oh no!
Attempts to fire the shovel.
He's got slippery hands from the slimy bog water.
That's what it is.
Wow.
D100 coming at you. Boom.
It's a slimy bolt over. Oh, fuck. Damn it!
Oh, that's gotta be something good,
Oh,
right?
no.
That's gotta be something fun.
That's like attack yourself for max damage, kind of
Yeah,
good.
you have the bow the wrong way around.
So you lose your footing and fall head first. You fall, so it immediately falls prone, which I'm going to have it do right now. But it also needs to make a Constitution save, which I will roll for it now.
He drowns in the bog water.
Which it'll pass. So it'll take half of this damage and remain conscious. Wow, it would have been knocked unconscious otherwise.
I don't see this guy, right?
No, I can't either.
No, then if
I think we can't see.
no,
far
you
enough
can't.
from
You
where
can't
we
see
are.
him, but they can see you.
Of course they can.
So that's all it can do, obviously. Next one is up. It steps out from behind this tree, readying a bow and is aiming for Rocket.
How about no?
How does a 10 sound?
It sounds like it ricochets off of Rocket's tail as he whips it away.
Okay, that's all it can do. Tyrion, your turn.
Tyrion will go to turn and be like, Shadar, don't... Oh, there you are. And he will swing at this goblin like he shot first. You couldn't do the diplomatic thing.
Oh my god.
So many
17,
dice every time.
17 hits.
for 15 damage.
Mm-hmm. Still alive.
Still alive. Let's go again. 13.
Does not hit. Miss. You swipe down once and you go at the other side swipe and it just dodges as it recoils from the blow of the first hit.
And then, that'll end his turn.
Okay. Shadar, your turn.
Oh, so Shar will kind of look to his left. And there's Centurion, and he'll look straight ahead of him. There is a goblin. He'll take out his mace and dust it off a little bit and go, it's been a while.
Been a while.
And he'll go, I'm sorry for what is about to befall you, my friend, but bop. And he'll just hit him with the mace. So he's going to use his mace +1. Please don't be a 1. 15.
Just hits.
That will be a 6 and 5 is 11 points of damage. The 5 is also 5 radiant. So 6 bludgeoning, 5 radiant.
Okay, yeah, this thing is looking like deathly now. So you strike up at its mace, it looks up, and you just kind of get it at the side of the head, and it just you see it like you can see exposed bone on the skull, and it just goes, and it's And
you know,
legs by the looks of it.
as much as it hurts, he'll sort of lean in and just to cup its chin and go, my friend, have you any last requests? The Raven Queen's listening. That's it.
He just dribbles, and like a razor sharp tooth just comes out with a mixture of blood and spit down his chin.
Yes.
Wow.
That's all I got.
Don't kill me.
Nina, Before you make your action, can you roll me a perception check?
Uh-oh.
Sure can.
One
What is
nice.
that,
21.
As you're like readying your blade, ready for action, you see something ripple the water over here. You just, with a 21, you just catch a glimpse of what looks like a cone with some small horns coming out the side of it.
This doesn't sound good.
You just hear this as it
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, just it chuckles, and it submerges completely back into the water. Just a kind of menacing chuckle, like.
Excellent.
Just a giggle fish. Don't worry.
Just a
Just local fauna.
Hey, pick them up in your garden center. It's grand.
I'm definitely behind this. Tree stump.
I know I was gonna go there.
Elfric, look, you have a huge human shield. Don't neglect that.
It's true.
Elfric just dives behind Mina and holds her up as a shield.
But I will just anyone is hear the water giggling? There's something in there, it's big. And then I'll probably just Eldritch Blast this guy because he's the only one I can see.
Eldritch Blast.
So anyway, I just started
blasting. 17 hits.
I assume that one doesn't.
No, the first one hits, and this beam of Eldritch energy just goes right over the running water. Or sorry, it's stagnant water, should I say? And it just and it just right across the neck here, and it starts bleeding out. It's still alive, though, would you believe, with 3 points of damage.
I didn't really do too much.
The other one just flies over its head.
Can I get a third one?
I get a third one.
Oh, that looked like a 1.
I thought that was.
Is it not?
No, it's a 19.
Not. Yeah.
What?
So how do you want to finish this thing off?
Kadari's got this poor thing in his hands. So the first one just comes, slices the neck. Second one's right over. I was clearly aiming for the head. Shadar's not holding a head anymore.
We are not to be.
So he just has, he's still holding the head and the body's gone, or the head's gone and he's just holding what remains of the neck.
Oh, I was thinking that there's no head. Like it just took the head, and the body just falls.
They always take heads.
My friend, if you And Shadar looks at this guy and goes, I've never seen you do that before.
And as they're just holding something that just had his head blown off, you just hear in the wind, anytime. All right. Mino, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Alfric. The
I'm gonna
absolute
move up.
audacity of this woman taking your hiding spot.
I know, because we both got a 14, but Mina had the higher dexterity. I like to think we both made a break for it at the same time, but Mina just outpaced him. He's
slid
looking
right
for
in.
another hiding spot. I'll just go on this side of the stump. I can't actually see any goblins from where I am. But I think I'll just shout out, little goblins, you are hopelessly outmatched here. We are only passing through. You don't have to do this.
You don't hear a response?
Okay, well, if one, I'll ready in action. If one comes into my range and it's aggressively poised, I'll hit it with a firebolt.
I love that Alfric is just like he's just stating the odds. He's like, he doesn't care for them.
He's just,
he's
I don't want to waste
going
my time. We're in a rush.
Here are the numbers, little boys.
I did the math.
I did the math, and you don't come out so good.
Yeah,
that's it.
Look at what happened to the one guy that we actually got our hands on. Think about this.
Guys, he really didn't come out ahead. So if you want
Quit
to,
while you still have a head.
Hmm.
And yes, I'll
And
end
you're
my turn.
ready. So what are you readying? Sorry.
If one comes into range and is sort of poised to act aggressively to any of the party, I'll try and attack with a fireball.
Okay. Cool. So it is this goblin over here. Its turn, and you hear it respond, saying, "Well, Tyrion is the only one who understands it." It says, "I see ones in the water. Daddy will get him." And he's
Sorry, what?
No.
he's
Sorry,
gonna.
what?
He said, "Daddy will get him."
Oh no.
like daddy.
Yeah.
It's a laughing fish wearing loads of leather. Metal spikes. Hello, Daddy.
Yeah,
Hi, Daddy.
Straight away, Damon's like, oh.
This
I
one
was
is,
a bad girl.
so this one is not interested in Rocket at the moment. It is the closest person to it is Sir Tyrion, and will fire at him thusly. That is a 16, which doesn't do anything, I'm sure. Okay. So up next then is not Damon, but this one that none of you can see, as it is too far out of all of your reaches or field of vision. But Damon, an arrow whizzes in your direction. It does a 19 hit.
Shield.
I will need for you to make a con save as you take 8 piercing damage.
I use shield,
Okay.
so that didn't hit.
Okay, brilliant. So yeah, you hear it go, you hear this coming,
Nice.
flitting through the air, and just instinctively you just cast up this shield, and yeah, as suspected, this arrow with a green liquid seeping from the arrow tip just stops right before your face and just drops to the ground.
Did I see which direction it was coming from?
This direction up here.
Okay.
Yep. Next up then is not Damon, but another goblin.
No.
And it is going to move further up into the fray so it can see what's going on. Sees Sir Tyrion in the distance and will fire at him. For a 20, just a regular 20.
Nothing.
Nothing. Pings off the armor, nothing more.
Such a badass.
Yeah,
Amazing.
they're gonna have a hard time hitting Tyrion.
He's such a badass.
Up next then is not Damon, but another guy. And he is also going to make his way up, but from where he is, he actually can't see anyone just yet. And okay, before we do Damon's turn, then we're just going to zoom back to Rocket. What would actually no? Damon would be up first because Rocket acts second on your turn, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then go ahead.
Okay, so not willing to fuck about with this. I am casting fly on myself.
Smart.
And I am going to fly so that I'm kind of over this ground, but I'm up in the air.
Okay. How far up in the area?
I'll be about kind of, knowing they're quite small, I'll probably go for about 10 foot so that they can't, reach me necessarily.
Cool.
And okay, now seeing some life, I'm going to attack this one with my bow that I was drawing before.
So fly is an action. Are you able to use your bow as well?
That's a good point. That's a very good point. So ignore that.
Okay.
My apologies.
No worries.
So then bonus action would be to tell Rocket to come out, and he's going to be there ready to attack.
Before
Mina
Rocket
did tell you guys to get away from the water, just as
Before Rocket is able to come out, though,
Yep.
I will need for him to make a strength saving throw.
Where was Rocket?
Ooh,
Over
He
here.
it was in the
Ah.
oh no, too far.
Strength saving throw. Okay.
Actually, do you know what? No, this would be a contest, so you can either go with acrobatics or athletics.
I didn't
Oh
actually roll
god.
that.
Acrobatics or athletics? It just means like
I was trying to close it out. I didn't actually roll that, but I can do it. It's like a +1, +2, regardless. So that's it.
Okay. Rocket is pulled underneath the water,
No.
Okay.
where on it's kind of part of this creature's turn. So when you end your turn, this thing is basically going to get to act because that's
Okay. So as I said to him to prepare an attack if something comes near him, can he at least attack this thing?
So you didn't physically see it, but you can attack the water. So it'll be attack at disadvantage.
So it's him attacking. Okay. So it'll be. I'm just trying to work out.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about Rocket.
Doesn't see what.
So sorry, I thought you were talking about Damon. So yeah, Rocket can attack as normal when he's pulled under.
I told him to attack something when it came near him, kind of thing. So that's actually an 18 to a hit.
Not a hit.
Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, he's.
I don't like the sound of this at all.
So he's pulled underneath the water and he attempts to like scrape and bash this whatever thing has pulled him down by the ankle, and doesn't get a hit off. Is there anything you'd like to do at the end of your towards the end of your turn, Damon?
That's everything I've got right now.
Okay. This thing is going to make an attack at Rocket. Which will be actually at disadvantage, by the way. Because
That's a bit of luck.
Does a 24 hit?
24.
disadvantage.
Oh, +10.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Yeah, because the
God.
first one was in that
been
20.
disadvantage, it would have been a crit.
So this thing, even though it is able to submerge underneath the water, its attacks from underneath the water is actually a disadvantage. So, boom. Rocket is going to take 11 points of piercing damage as something sharp digs into his ribcage.
Okay.
I'm just imagining this thing as like 3 goblins in a submarine, by the way. FYI.
I'm just so
further
happy that we are like
information.
not emotionally invested in this rocket thing.
I think Damon
Excuse
is.
me.
I am emotionally
but we're not,
invested.
so it's grand.
Okay, next up are the guards. And they say, good
Quite
God,
you.
what has happened to the metal companion thingy?
We need to use meal as bait.
How dare you?
I'm just presuming, by the way,
How
that me.
dare you?
I will. Like,
I was actually assuming Neil was just like where the guards were.
okay, cool. So
Because I'm not
Package
planning
trade.
to use him in combat. I don't want him in combat.
the guards' priority is to protect the Duke. So they're going to move away from the water body first and foremost, and they're going to try and put off some shots against this goblin.
Rocket will remember this, Dave.
What? No, this is Dave, not Shadar. Just to be sure.
Let me
Rocket's
see.
coming for your kneecaps.
I'm just going to presume each time that 3 are firing with the longbows, the rest are armed with swords, and yet 17 is going to hit. The others do not. This goblin will take 3 points of piercing damage. Hey, look, it's not much, but they're trying. Next up is this goblin here. He is actually the one that's prone, so he's going to use half his movement to get up. He's going to move up 1, maybe 2. He's going to spot Alfric and throw off an old shot. For a 7 to hit, which doesn't do much, I'm sure.
Even Alfric's got enough AC to withstand that. Just about.
That is all he can do. So next up is this one, who's going to rush right on up to Damon. Draw the sword.
Can he
Would
reach?
this trigger my action?
Oh, it would,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. Yeah.
Can he reach?
Damon's like 30 feet.
Yeah, he
in
can
the air.
reach. He can reach. Oh, sorry, 30 feet in the air. Yeah, I forgot you were flying. You're only 10 foot
I'm
up.
10 feet up. Yeah.
I'm going to give him disadvantage.
There's a crit fail on my ready to attack.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
that was the Oh no, well you rolled a 23 and a 23, so does a 23 hit?
Does indeed.
So he kind of jumps and kind of swings at your legs as he's
Okay.
running. It's a running jump. Oh, what the? Oh, sorry, that was the crit one. Never mind. Ignore that for a second.
Okay.
So you're going to take 3 points of slashing damage, and I will need a con save from you, sir.
No problem. Well,
That's 5.
These little bastards.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, good.
You're just
save.
you're just going to take the slashing damage.
mighty jump, little man.
You just hear him grumbling, going. He's like looking up at you with the sword, flailing the sword in one hand, fist in the other, going. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's all he can do. Tyrion.
Mark, do I have any consequence for my crit failed readied spell?
You would. Can I get a D100 from you, sir?
Hopefully my honesty will protect me.
You fucking polymorph me now. I'm gonna.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
I hope not.
Your spell misfires, knocking you over. You're knocked prone.
Oh, how embarrassing. Don't tell anyone about this, Mina.
At least you weren't flying and still got knocked prone.
This is just between you and me.
Sure.
Tell the elf.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think
Over
you're
to you,
strong
Sir
enough to polymorph that thing if it comes back?
Tyrion will
Try.
look around, see that a goblin has come close enough, and will go 5, 10 to there, 15, and slash twice as this thing is jumping at Damon in the air.
Okay.
Take his legs off. He lands on his stumps.
I mean, Damon's got the high ground, so.
First one misses, second hits.
Well, that's 6 points for the second one. That is awful damage. 2 fucking ones.
Oh,
Cool. You don't get,
Yeah.
or if he's looking up at Damon, do you get flanking on the floor?
Actually, do you know what? That's a very fair point. You totally would. So yeah, take the second damage, or the first. The first one's a hit as well.
Yeah, well then that's 19 damage
Okay.
for the 2.
Yeah, he's not looking very good after that one.
And then, yeah, that will end his turn.
Okay. Shadar, your turn.
Shadar will raise his hand above his head, gripping his holy symbol. He goes, "My friends, you all been witness to graves, but a watery grave is the most terrifying, the loneliest." And Shadar will cast Control Water.
ooh.
Ooh.
This is new.
It's a boom. It is a 4th level spell. I'm gonna bop it into the thing here.
Loop it on in there.
1 second. There we go. Sorry, 1 second. And he's gonna go. I know that there's a lot there, but he's gonna pick Whirlpool.
Oh, cool.
So sorry, redirect flow, isn't it? Or sorry, no, you're gonna go part water. You cause water in the area to move apart and create a trench. The trench extends across the spell's area, and the spell separated. And the separated water forms a wall to either side. The trench remains until the spell ends, or you choose until you choose a different effect. The water then
Moses.
slowly fills in the trench over the course of the next round until the water level is restored. So that's so I'm gonna basically Shadar's Moses. He's gonna part the water. So everything
is here.
pretty much, yeah. So
Okay.
let me just I think that's all I can do. And he'll just like do it like very fucking over the top, like fucking the Raven
Of
Queen.
course, yeah.
Her influence extends upon all sorts of mirrors and rivers and all the rest of it. And he'll just do that. and that's it.
Okay.
And that's it. So he will so everything I think it's like for the whole river will just part, and whatever's in there, it's just by itself.
Yeah. It's what you see Rocket grabbed on by this humongous-looking goblin. And it looks up at you, Shadar, like confused, like,
Wow.
And Shadar is like literally just like his hands are like that, and he's just holding it. Each part of the water aside, one to the left, one to the right. He's like, and it's hard work.
Yeah, and this thing is huge. It's like 8 foot tall,
I
and
think you've
has
seen
a,
this before.
yeah, you have. It's holding a large morning star in one hand and rocket in the other, and it looks up at you like all confused. It goes, you, and yeah, that's all it does.
As a reaction, Shadar will go, "Oh shit."
And that might be a free action.
Okay, that's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got. So look, so I think he can hold that for, just double check. It's concentration for up to 10 minutes. So he's just gonna like keep the river parted for 10 minutes.
Okay, and I suppose you can as well, Damien. You can see poor Rocket at the bed of this this river. You can see that his abdomen, some of the bits, some of the gears and stuff are.
No.
Yeah, they're all like.
Exposed.
Yeah, and like when a clock is kind of breaking, it's like it's trying to do a complete cog motion. Some of these are they're kind of stuck. But yeah, that's what's happening. Mina, your turn. Oh, sorry, need to add him to the turn order. He was right after Damon.
I'm gonna try. We know my luck with magic, but I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to cast Phantasmal Killer. So, well, I'm going to need. Oh, I didn't put the thing in there. Okay, let me put the chat in there. I need a Wisdom saving throw, DC 17.
At 20.
For who?
For this, for Daddy.
Oh, you can't see him. He's down at the bottom of the river.
Like no.
This is a deep trench.
So I've just, even
So
though there's no water there, no.
Mina can't see him though. It's like looking.
Okay, cool.
She's looking across the.
Oh,
She'd have to.
Okay.
You could.
Well,
you can walk up to the edge if you want, but from where you are, you can't see him.
Can I see him from here?
Nope. Well, actually, yeah, you would.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to walk up, cast Phantasmal Killer, and then
Okay.
probably retreat in shame. But who knows?
Not known for its wisdom. That is a 2.
Oh,
Goblin
yes.
Death Lord.
Merrick is going to use. No, I'm going to save my inspiration.
I mean, you can.
No, I'm going to save it.
I don't
Yeah, I
Okay,
know what
so-
I'm going to save it for.
Oh, thank you, Miss
so-
Jawbreaker, for the bliss.
No.
Arsehole, Miss Jawbreaker.
Okay,
fuck
so
out,
Bloody lads.
Nothing's bad
Hey,
enough.
lads. Oh, Stephen and Dave
basically-
know firsthand what this thing can do.
Yeah.
basically he's frightened now.
Okay.
And on his turn, he has to make a save or suffer, I guess, 23 damage if we keep that each time.
Yeah, it is not afraid though, because it is immune to that condition.
Okay. So I guess
It just
everyone else,
looks
it
at
doesn't look like much happened.
Like,
but
you can
then
see it-
Mina
you can
will
see its-
retreat back.
You can see it grab its its head going, ah! But where you would normally like see someone like flee in terror, it just goes, yeah.
That's
just-
not frightening. Okay, cool.
No, it's not.
Cool, cool,
Oh,
cool.
God.
But Alfred can see that Mina's concentrating on something.
Okay. Alfric, you're up, my friend.
Okay, so Alfric is lying on the ground at the moment after his failed spell. So he's going to get to his feet. Can I clamber up onto this tree stump to see
Sure.
what's going on here? Look down at this horrific creature.
Yeah, you can see it from standing on top of the tree stump for sure.
This is a disintegration level threat.
This is an Avengers level threat.
Exactly, yeah. And so a dexterity saving throw with a DC of 18.
And you guys, DCs are fucking so high.
Damn, that's a fail.
Here we go.
Nice.
Oh
Nice.
shit!
Now,
Nice.
it doesn't disintegrate because it has more hit points than that.
Thought
But
it
it's
might.
but it is. How's that?
I thought, yeah, I didn't think we'd get it in one.
How do you mean? Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying I expected it to have more hit points than
Oh,
the, than the damage.
But it is looking pretty shit after that.
Nice.
Mhm. Good
Then I'm going to jump behind the tree stump again.
Gotta love it when that disintegrate spell hits.
Exactly. I'm scared of comeuppance.
Fuck.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that one's not going to reach Sarturian. It's going to move up to here and fire off another shot of its arrow. That is a 14. Not going to hit Sarturian. No, sir. Next up is this one down here. It's going to move zoop and fire at Alfric this time. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Can I get a con save
sure.
from you, sir? As you take 7 points of piercing damage. An arrow
You
hits
can.
you in the upper thigh.
Con saving throw. And then you get a +1 to them. So let's hope it's good.
Oh,
Hang
you
on a sec, hang on.
Just over the line.
No, he made save.
made the save. Yeah.
Oh, did it? Okay.
DC is
So
12.
that's what 7 points damage,
7 points of piercing, yeah.
and we can take that. Unpleasant, but bearable.
Grabs the arrow like Ace Ventura was speaking.
Yeah. Ah! Ah!
So this goblin dude is going to rush up to here, and he's going to fire off an arrow at Shadar.
Give me all you've got, my
That is
friend.
a 20.
Hold on till I double click my thing and find my AC. It's been a while since I've been struck. My AC is 19, my friend. Ow!
Okay, another DC 12 con save as you take 6 piercing damage.
And you'll probably need another one for your spell, right?
I had you. There's a con save 16.
You're good, you're not poisoned. I'll need another con save DC 10 for your concentration.
I have Warcaster.
Oh,
so
you're Warcaster. You're good. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Next up then is a goblin.
Wait, how much damage was it? Sorry?
6.
6. Cool.
This next
Forecaster
arrow.
just gives you advantage.
Advantages.
Right?
Yeah,
You still have to roll.
I know, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're dead right. Just advantage on the con save.
It's another con save, isn't it?
Yep, DC 10. Yep, you're good. You maintain your concentration. This goblin then is going to fire off a shot at Damon, who is midair, for a critical fail. Let's get that D100 going. Been a few of these tonight.
Yeah,
That is a 14.
that's not so bad.
You lose your footing and have difficulty recovering. Your enemies have advantage on their attacks against you until the end of the next turn. That is all you can do. Damon, back to you.
Okay, so I'm doing this simultaneously. I'm putting my bow away and pulling out my sword. I'm flying up 30 feet above this fucker, and I'm ending my spell, and I'm gonna stab him as I fall.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
I'm nose diving into this fucker with my sword.
I'm giving you advantage because of the rule of cool.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He's
Oh
just
my
fucking
God.
Wreck-It Ralphing it. Just
Yeah, two-handed, like
What a
I'm
great
I'm
reference.
spearing it.
What a
Thanks.
great reference. Oh my god. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, I didn't
I
roll
love
it
it.
twice. Two, sorry. Second one. Oh, both 20s.
Yeah, neither of those hit.
What?
You already know this. You fought this thing before.
Yeah, I can't remember.
he's not metagaming.
No,
When
we fought so many of your fucking horrible creations before.
20 does not hit.
I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll one of those.
Can you roll inspiration on something you already had advantage on though?
Oh, I don't know. Can I? That's a DM decision. That's fair enough.
I'd say if you already had advantage, or inspiration is a reroll, isn't it? Or is it inspiration grants you advantage?
It's
It
reroll.
does.
Yeah, so it wouldn't work in this case.
Okay. Well, in that case, I just land on it. I suppose I flatten my face straight into it, the back of it. Any full damage?
We'll find out in a second.
Okay,
You said 30 feet, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you ended the spell. You will probably take fall damage, yeah. Which would amount to 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's fair enough.
It sees you coming, it looks up and goes, yeah, and dodges, and you just...
This guy's such a Chad.
He is a mega Chad.
And Rocket's going to take another bite at him.
Okay.
No.
Ah.
That's me.
Okay. Damon, I think this thing is going to attack you. Hang on. Let me... Yeah, it is going to attack you. That is a 18 to hit.
Shield, so it doesn't hit.
Okay. It hits this invisible force field, and you just see the spikes of the Morning Star almost pierce through your shield, but doesn't. It reels back, looks at you, looks at the Morning Star, looks at you again, goes, and just comes back down again with the Morning Star.
Stop
One more
doing
time.
that. Stop doing that. It's creepy as fuck.
That's
I
the
know.
idea.
It's like awesomely creepy.
It's
Aren't we
creepy
fucking
as
funny?
fuck.
It's good, yeah.
That definitely hits.
I don't like it.
That's 10 piercing.
Okay, cool.
It's going to attack you again.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's going to use something different this time. Can you make a Constitution save as it grabs you by the throat and holds you up in its head?
Well.
And I will also add my Flash of Genius to that, which gives me another 5, so it's 20.
Okay, yeah, you pass the save. You feel its fingernails dig into your head, but you you feel it try and you feel a rush of blood to your head first, and then you feel like your arms and legs are starting to go numb, but then you just land a lucky kick and kick it right in the crotch, and it drops you.
Okay. I was going to do it from the previous damage because he hit me, but you said he was going to attack and then he changed, so I didn't get a chance to say it. But can I do a reaction to when he hurt me?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, so in something that no one else has seen so far, Damon, not only seeing Rocket hurt, but also getting hurt himself, is fucking fuming. And his red skin just starts to fucking glow as this flame just erupts from his entire body.
Oh.
Yes!
And I'm going to do my Hellish Rebuke.
Yes.
Oh my fucking one of my favorite reactions in the world ever.
I just need to learn how to do it. Excuse me, sorry, it's
Automatically at level 2, I think, if you're a tiefling.
it is, but for some reason I don't actually have it on my sheet, so I need to quickly look up what the damage is. Why is that on my sheet? Sorry now, guys.
All right.
You see, 2d10
And
fire
then-
damage, but it has to make a dex save of 17.
Okie
Also, I think because you're a tiefling, it automatically comes in the second level, so it's 3d10.
Oh, thank you very much. You're right, yes. So that total would have actually been 14 then.
Okay. Yeah, it's looking badly burned.
And if that doesn't do it, I'm gonna need a wisdom save.
Okie.
Oh no.
Ooh, what's this for?
Indeed.
End of the turn.
End of his turn, yeah.
So it'll take 23 points of damage.
Yeah, and again, you can see that this psychic damage doesn't seem to bother it all that much, but yeah, it holds its head and it's like, like it has a bad headache. But yeah, it's not looking so good. So that is all it can do. Is the guards up next? They're gonna hold firm but fire off on this goblin up here. So they're gonna go 2 attacks to this one, and 1 to the one down here. So hit, miss.
Pew, pew, pew.
So this top one is going to take 6 points piercing damage. The guards are going to stay put, and over to this goblin over here, who eventually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 makes it up. Sir Tyrion going to attack with his scimitar with advantage because of flanking. He will score a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, can I get a con save from you, Tyrion, as you take 5 points of slashing damage? You'll pass the save, yeah. Yeah, that's all it can do. This one right in front of you is going to attack also using the same action. For a 14, which I'm assuming does not hit.
Nope.
So yeah, it is your turn.
How
Get
deep?
him, Sir Tyrion, get him!
Catch him, Derry. Catch him, Derry.
Get him, Daddy.
So yeah, Tyrion won't be aware that there is something big, malevolent, and evil in this Moses water area, would he?
I like how Shadar's Moses now.
You know, something is.
Oh no, well, Shadara's like he's like part of the waters, and there's something there, and like he would be very vocal about like, I have uncovered the evil, my friend. I've separated the water that filled vast. Cast your eyes in the thing. Anyway, that's what he's he's very vocal about everything. So yes, he would be directing your attention in towards the big creature in the bottom.
Well, with you mentioned the key word of evil. So like Mermaid Man, Tyrion will cast haste.
On himself?
On himself.
Yes.
Cast supernatural speed as he just yeets over this goblin and takes a dive into the creek.
Okay, you will provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Fine.
I know he doesn't.
Yeah, I know, but you have to say it.
Neither of those hit. Actually, the one that had advantage on you would have hit.
Fucking just.
So I'll need another con save as you take 7 slashing damage.
Skadoosh. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. It was only one con save, but yeah.
Concentration on haste.
Haste, yeah.
So he will dive down, and then when he how low down did you say that it was into the riverbed?
I never actually factored that into Damon's falling damage, but it is probably about 20 foot deep.
Right. Well, when he is 10 foot from the head of Daddy, his eyes will flash as he says, "I have deemed you evil, and I am the righteous hand of God." So that's his vow of enmity. And then he will swing at its cranium.
All right, let's do it.
With advantage.
Jesus.
27.
Tyrion, how do you kill this
Oh
one?
my god.
Yeah.
I think as he's coming down, the creature maybe just looks up at that and just
Oh god.
takes the front off the face of its skull.
Shadara just has parted the waters, and fucking Shadara is so fucking proud of this. He just the waters have parted, and then he sees his brother Sir Tyrion just diving in. This is amazing.
Yeah, and just as you said, Sir Tyrion, you cleave from the jawline down, so it's nothing but a mouth left, and it's just this gurgly kind of, and it just falls over to one side, releases rocket, drops the
Alfred would see Mina's hands that she's just concentrating on something. They would just there's nothing there anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shadara's like, well done, my friend. Get out.
How?
Quick as you can.
Yeah, so Tyrion has a good 75 foot movement left. Can he yeet back up the side, or is that a check?
That would be a check. Yeah.
Right, okay, well then he's down here for a minute.
Okay. Shadar, back to you.
All he can do is how are the goblins looking now?
They're advancing. A lot of them looking perfectly fine.
Even though this thing is dead.
Yep.
They don't know that.
They don't
can't
know that.
see.
That's fine. That's cool. Yeah, just checking. So
Daddy gurgles all the time.
I'm gonna blast them with the little Toll the Dead.
Google these nuts.
So let me just here we go. So I didn't roll, so give me 1 sec.
How's the Duke reacting to all this?
Oh, he's like behind his
It's-
like his.
Is he like
Oh,
cowering? Like
DC 16.
He's not. He's doing what he was trained to do in situations like these. He's making himself as small as possible, but he's not cowering.
it's
They're
like-
trying to look somewhat dignified still.
Yeah.
This guy needs a DC 16 will save or take a whopping 10 points of damage.
Nope, not a wise goblin. Gonna
Yeah,
take
10.
10 points of damage.
A wise guy, huh?
Yeah. Ah, look, we got a wise guy.
Yeah,
over here.
fucking wise guy over here, huh? Yeah, so Shadar will move to there. And he is still keeping the river parted. That's all he's got.
Okay. All right, Mina, you're up.
cool. Well, I know this guy's dead because my spell ended, right?
Yep.
So I'd probably come over here to the edge, and these two are both below, so I have a clear shot at the goblin.
Yes, correct.
Cool. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it 3 times.
Miss hit
well-
hit.
Miss hit. So that's 15 points of damage
Okay.
on
That is
that one.
just its HP, so you kill this one.
Excellent.
One goes through the
Um,
chest, another one goes right through the forehead, and it just.
And Mina, in her infinite bravery, will go back.
Yeah.
That's me.
Cool. Alfric, over to you.
Okay, I'll come out of
Actually,
here.
I'm gonna go ahead and give Damon Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
Over to you, my wizarding friend.
Yeah, given there's only the one goblin that I can see at the moment, I'll target that one. And I'll hit him with, or attempt to hit him, with just a regular Scorching Ray.
Okay.
So that's just 3 rays. 1,
Oh, wow.
Two.
Yeah.
Wow.
3.
All hit.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
So 37 in total.
How do you kill it?
So yeah, just calmly step out, kind of take aim, pull his wand, and just sort of have them hover in there and send them all at it together. So it's just
Nice.
like a big.
Nice. Yeah, and it just vaporizes into dust.
And then just as that's happening, I'll go, "We could have just talked about this."
They might have negotiated, but you just ran straight in.
He shot first.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's fair.
Not sure we would have gotten much negotiating with Daddy over there, but
Yeah.
But Daddy don't know, don't hurt him.
So Shadar is still like parting the waters. He's like, "This is not easy.
Yeah.
Get
and
out!"
As you say that shit, you're going to get an arrow flying your way because you're the closest. That's a 23 to hit.
Ooh, that'll hit.
I'll need another con save from you, sir, as you take 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. It's a trifle of nothing. What good go, my friend? Here comes the Constitution save. It's impossible for me to fail this.
You had to go and say that, didn't you? Because you failed.
I will do.
I don't think I
Flash
failed that,
Genius.
did I?
8.
Oh, it's 10 minimum, isn't it?
You're out of Tyrion's reach.
Yeah, well, here comes a
Put down.
bless.
Can I do Flash of Genius though?
Now, there's a bless. There's 10.
Was that for the concentration or the poison?
That was for the poison first.
There. So it's okay. So that I was going for the concentration.
He's
Right.
within 30 feet of me, right? Because
Yes.
we're 20 foot down and he's on the bank. So I'll do Flash of Genius, which is a +5 on top of that.
So okay, yep. So yeah, you resist the poison and you'll only take the 3 points of piercing damage.
Cool.
The next is a con save with advantage for the concentration.
I will take
Yep.
17.
You're good. You're good.
Cool.
Either was good actually, so you're fine.
Yeah.
This next arrow is going to be shot. He's going to step closer.
Oh, they're still going.
Yeah, they're still going. But you do see as it approaches the bank here that it sees the downed goblin daddy. And Tyrion, you recognize this speech as it shouts out to its brethren. He's fallen! He's fallen! Retreat! Retreat!
You
And-
will be. Sorry.
Yeah, he's going to fire off a shot, a panic shot, directed at Alfric before he starts to actually turn tail and run. I'm sure it doesn't hit,
Yeah, I'm safe, yeah.
and it starts to run back.
Just affronted.
This one here is going to use its bonus action to dash and get the fuck out of there, as it hears his brother shout out that the main man has fallen. This one's also its turn. It's going to dash. So Damon, back to you.
Okay. How much moving is it to get out of here?
So it's 20 foot vertically. I'll need an acrobatics or athletics check.
I tell you what, let's make this easy on both of us. I cast fly again.
That makes it very easy.
And I'll fly out, and I'm instructing Rocket to climb out and to heal himself.
Okay.
So he needs a what is it, a dex or athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics.
They're both dex based, are they?
No,
One's
athletics and strength.
Okay, so athletics is what he's going to do. So that's an 18.
Yeah, just makes it out.
So he's going to get up
His
to
claws
there.
dig into the soft, earthy, peaty soil, but he manages to not lose his footing.
Perfect. And so I've instructed him to heal, to repair, and essentially what anyone that is watching or can see is he essentially starts to reclamp everything back in and rebuild himself as he gets back 13 hit points.
Nice.
Part of Satyrian and go, my friend, what is that thing?
Dead now.
No, I mean, the thing that follows Damon around. What is it?
Haven't a clue.
Aw.
Slightly unsettled by it.
That's my turn, yeah.
Okay.
It's on our side for now.
The guards shout out, "Halt! In the name of Duke Alvarez Fenwell!" And gonna shoot out 3. He's gonna make sure this fucking goblin halts. But would you believe, not a single arrow hits it.
Well done, men.
Barely trains.
Great job.
I mean, you got to
Yeah,
feel bad for these guys
the
because the bonus
Duke
to their
only
roll
sur-
suggests
Duke
they're
only
not even
surrounds himself
proficient
with the
in
best
using their own
men.
weapons.
Sorry.
You got to feel bad for these guys because the +1 bonus to their roll suggests they're not even proficient in using their own weapons. It's-
I just took the regular old guard
yeah.
stat and made it a little bit better, but not even a lot. I just gave him more hit points, maybe. But yeah, that's all they can do. Tyrion, you're up. You're still at the bottom of this this river.
Flash of silvery mist. Up 20, out 10.
Oh no.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As this one is trying to run away. You shot first. First attack.
I'm down, Greedo.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh, let's get a
one.
let's get a D100 from you, sir.
25.
25.
You are decapitated.
You lose your balance while attacking. You fall prone, and your movement's reduced to 0.
Son of a bitch, I had like 35 feet left.
Yeah, that like fall just like feels like 35 feet.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't you have advantage when you attack with haste?
No.
No?
No.
No?
I think you can just
I
do
thought
an
you did.
extra one.
Yeah, you get an
Yeah.
extra attack.
Oh,
You have advantage on dexterity saving throws. Well, him being prone isn't going to affect because if that now he's on his knees and probably the same height as the goblin, so he's going to strike again.
This will be a disadvantage because you're prone.
Why? We're still beside him.
I imagine it that you're prone, so you're swiping in a position that you're not.
You just fall on your arse.
Yeah.
God damn, I need third attack.
Oh.
God damn it.
Nope, not going to do it, unfortunately. Anything else from Sir Tyrion?
No. Sulk.
Shidar, back to you then, my friend.
not even pocket bacon will make me feel better now.
Don't say that.
All right.
Desperate times when that's the
You
case.
know what? Fuck this, lads. Fuck this. Let's hit up our 5th level spells. Or do you know what? No, Mark, let's not. I'm just gonna give him a blast to Tell the Dead again. Because if Mark's game has taught me anything, keep your big spells
Save your spell slots.
later. Yeah. So bam. He'll reach out his hand and he goes, "Oh, my friend, can you hear the bells toll? They signify your end." And bong, bong, and he'll move up to about here, and he needs to make a DC 16 with save.
That is a natural 19 because it had a -1. So yeah, it's a nat 20, but 19. Runs out.
Mark, all I can do is call you a dirty shite.
Okay, I will accept that.
That's all I got.
I will accept
all I
that.
got. I will use my bonus action to give out.
Okay.
That's
will-
all I got.
Also accept that. That's more than any gold can buy for me.
Who the hell do you think you are?
All right, Mina. 'Tis upon you, milady.
Is the water still there?
Is the water still there, Shidar?
I mean,
Yeah.
no. I mean, like he
Just-
has no reason to keep it parted, so the water is back to the river.
Okay.
He will release his control on that.
And these goblins look like they're running.
They're running away. Correct.
Yeah, I think Mina will walk over to the base of the tree. She does see a couple, so she'll fire on this one.
Okay.
And she'll just Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Ooh.
Then
Nat 20
I'll
hits.
use. Excellent. That's great. Should I roll a d100?
Yes, please. So with a 29, your spell cripples your opponent. Your target's movement speed is cut in half for 2 turns.
Oh, yeah. I guess Mina was just focused on halting the retreat. She clipped the knees with one of them, and then the other two just kind of went over the shoulders as he was a little too low.
Yeah, this thing stumbles big time. Anything else you'd like to do?
Mina.
All right, Alfric.
Well, they might know something about the plant that we're looking for. Maybe worth keeping one for interrogation purposes. And to try and achieve that goal, I'm going to use telekinesis to try and grab this guy here.
Okay, that's a strength save, I believe, isn't it?
It is, yeah, with a DC of 18.
Well, it's going to roll a 1, so
It's not going to cut it.
I don't think so. It just, again, so like this Eldritch Blast like clips it at the knees and it just stumbles as it's running, and then all of a sudden Alfric just, just hands to the
Yes.
temple and this thing just like freezes.
And I'll lift him maybe say 5 feet off the ground.
Yeah, gotcha. It's like its arms and legs are just flailing, going.
Of course, yeah. And then pull him the remaining 25 feet that I've got. So say pull him to here, and just keep him dangling there for now.
Yeah, he's like frantically
stop struggling, and we might let you go. We need some information.
Okay.
And that'll be it for my turn.
This thing is going to look back at Sir Tyrion, who is prone, try and get a little snaky shot off. Because your prone does a 21 hit.
Nope.
Okay. It is still going to try and get the hell out of there, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
Not if you are prone. This one is going to make another strength check to see if it can break your telekinetic grasp.
Sir Tyrion, Sentinel.
Not if it's prone, though, I would imagine.
I think.
Not yet.
No? Okay.
I got 60
12.
feet movement speed. I'm chasing this motherfucker down. He's dying regardless.
So this guy is still held. Let me see. This one's going to use the rest of its movement to get the hell out of the swamp. And this one's going to do the same. Over to you, Damon.
Okay, so one ran off this way, and this one looks like he's kind of struggling against something.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like held like 5 feet. It looks like it's levitating, and it's like kicking and screaming.
Move to there. Okay, I can see that one. 8, 9. Okay, I can't do it anyway because I don't have enough movement. Okay, rub the ring, and Satyrion ends up there.
Oh no.
So two squares ahead of the goblin.
All right.
As long as he's willing, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm going to instruct Rocket to go over to this one. And that if he breaks free, to attack him.
Okay.
And that's
thinking.
So the Fenwell guards see this goblin held by Alfric. Very easy target. So one just gets its bow and just kidding, it doesn't. They see that it's restrained and agree that the wizard has this under control, so they can do nothing else but hold firm. They're being very efficient guards. Sir Tyrion.
Did he get teleported back to his feet, or is he prone?
Let's say you're back on your feet.
Then he will step forward.
Don't think it's going to matter very much.
Swing for the first time.
Yeah, that'll do.
14.
Yep.
Swing again.
13 will not cut it.
Swing again.
24 will. For sure.
Matt, 15.
Okay, it is still alive, but hurting big time. Yeah, these are stronger than your run-of-the-mill goblins.
Yeah, that will end his turn. But, yeah, that ends his turn.
Okay, Shadar, over to you. One is being held under the supervision of Rocket, and the other one you just saw Sir Tyrion just apparate in front of it and just wail on this thing, which is now looking quite injured.
All right, fuck it. 5, 10, 15, 20. I think he'll go to there. And I'm going to give him an old.
Hit Metallica.
To see, he's going to go for an old guiding bolt at level 2.
16
16 to
hits.
hit.
Yep, hits.
Please, 19 points of damage.
How do you kill him?
He just kind of walks around all this kind of mess here, and it's like, so he's really put out by all the fucking, you know, the bog land and this. He hates the outdoors. And he's like, the bloody trees. There's one left. Damn you! The Raven Queen demands your demise. And he goes, and this like bolt of white energy just goes, it's gray energy, and it just hits him, just almost as it's about to hit him, and just like like it's concussive energy, so his like it hits him the side of the head, and you just hear this crack, and his neck is just broken, and his head just kind of lobs in this weird angle.
Is it like the movies where you see like each individual ripple on the face, just like?
Yeah, pretty much. And then his neck breaks, and his head just lobs at this weird angle. And Tyrion looks over like really annoyed, and Shadar goes, "I got him." I give the thumbs up.
That, I believe, will remove all the threats in the bog.
That's it.
Alfred, if you bring him over, I can bind his hands.
Yes, that sounds good to me.
So yeah, so this goblin that's kind of held above the log, just going, ah!
Just stop your noise. It's not going to help you.
You're reasoning with something that is wild and feral, but you do you, man.
You gotta try.
You gotta try, of course you do.
I take it we need to be over this side of the bog to carry on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want to try and cross this log when I'm levitating the goblin and fall in and drop him. It would be most embarrassing.
Can I fly over and carry
Absolutely.
one by one Alfric and Mina across, and then any of the guards and the Duke?
Yep.
As long as I've got left.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'll bring
What a
everyone
gentleman!
And a lovely bit of work there.
So when he grabs Mina, it's love lift us up where we belong. And then
I'm gonna give him a kiss on the cheek, and my legs are very dramatically
amazing.
One and the other. Like, thank you.
And then when he's carrying Elfric, it's gonna be, oh fuck, I've forgotten the song now. It's the one from Aladdin.
I can show you the world.
That's it, yeah. Wondrous, splendorous.
Yeah.
Very good, very
Good
good.
stuff.
So you have successfully bound this goblin.
Now listen to me.
Now I
fellow.
imagine Neil trying
Now listen to me, sir.
I told you to start with, you were outmatched, and I think we've been proven right. Now, we're looking for a very certain plant. And out of character, I've forgotten the name of it. If someone could remind me, that would be excellent.
I'm so sorry. You're doing a great job interrogating. Does he
Thank you.
understand us?
I'm assuming that he does.
Tyrion, all you are hearing is, let me go, let me go, let me go.
What's he saying, Sir Tyrion?
He wishes to be let go.
Don't they all, my
One
friend?
might very well wish for something, but good luck with that.
Let me see.
While they're interrogating him, can I just check where they were digging to see what they were digging up?
Go for it. Roll an investigation check. And while Tyrion is kind of translating for Alfric, this creature will say, "Do not need you to translate for me. I wish to be let go and freed."
If you tell us where this plant can be found,
In common, he says that.
we will let you go.
What plant? What plant do you want?
And I'll relay because we got quite a precise description, didn't we, of the characteristics.
Brown stem, red clenched fist bloom, and it smells of cider.
Yes, that.
Oh, you want the goody plant?
If it matches that description, we would very much like it.
Also, I might point out and add to the what is it? Anyway, if there are other things that smell like cider, please point them out.
You don't know what cider is, but you look for goody plant.
Yes, focus on that first and foremost.
Yes.
Is pointing at the tree over here, and he's like, we uproot plants, but they're no good. Too small. We run low on supplies. We need them to feel good again.
Feel good again. What's wrong with you?
And he's like, me, no, the skin. And he's just gonna do this, and the
The violet madness. Is it to do with the mushrooms?
me no know. And he'll like point at the ground where you can see these weird plants growing. He's like, damn, no, you no breathe. But goody plant, make you feel good again.
Yes, and do you know where we can find any?
They grow near the water. That's why we harvest here. But these plants, they're no good. If I tell you where good plants are, you let me go?
Yes. You have
Big.
my word.
Big.
Depends on what letting you go means.
You let me go back to my people. They're still sick. I need to bring them goody plant.
I mean, I can let you go back to your dead people.
Well, if you need this plant and we need it as well, perhaps you can lead us to it.
Mina kind of narrows her eyes at Shadar.
This goblin's kind of like go into itself a bit and goes, we would have taken very good goody plants by now, but the big lake is scary.
Why?
Big, scary beast.
What kind of a beast?
Yes, tell us about this.
A big beast was here before this. And again points at the ground where all the fungus and growths are. Was here before this, but now angrier.
And
lives in water, can come onto land, but can also go into sky.
the plants grow near where this creature lives.
Yes, well, they used to grow around here too, but we harvest all and use on our people. But we keep getting sick again.
This beast, does it have a large, drawn-out snout, horns, and scales?
He'll think for a minute. He's like, me no see, but heard stories. Big, scaly creature.
Shadar, I believe this creature may be describing a dragon.
Sound that way.
Dragon, my friend. Wouldn't be the first one I've destroyed.
It wouldn't?
Here we are again.
If this plant is the secret to finding a cure for the madness,
There's
we may have no choice.
Whatever you want. Okay, then let's do it. I'm not. Look, I'm here for you guys.
Little goblin, if we were to take care of this beast, you and your people would have to allow the safe passage of travelers and merchants through this place without ambushing them with poison arrows as you did to us.
You kill Daddy, Mammy will not be happy.
Oh,
Well, with all due respect, he started it.
where is Mammy?
Oh, back in our home with the sick. With the,
Let's go find her and speak to her. Because I'm in the mood.
He'll
Kill something.
he'll look at Shadar, look back at Alfric, and he'll go, "No, no, you kill Daddy, you don't kill Manny."
Well, we don't need to fight. You know, we're not trying to take your lovely bog from you. We're just passing through, and we need some of what you call the goody plant whilst we're here. And if your people are being menaced by this beast in the lake, then perhaps we can reach an agreement and put this violence behind us.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oof, not the best guy to be doing it, but I'll give it a go.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Literally got a 0.
You see your persuasion?
Yep.
I am proficient. I'd like to give him advantage.
How?
Nice.
How are you helping with this then?
I don't know. Mina is just joining
Come
the
on.
conversation, I guess.
Yeah, he just throws her arm
come
around his
on.
shoulder. Come on.
Big us up as to how
Come
powerful we
on.
are, how we can kill this dragon.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely probably around his shoulders, just kind of. Come on, you've already seen what we can do. We're not even tired. Look, that one over there didn't even break a sweat holding apart the river. Just let us know. Just tell us.
So with a 14,
Sorry, did you say that one over there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He doesn't know your name.
So with a 14, he'll he's still bound, obviously, but he'll, knowing that his options aren't great, he'll still say, "Cannot risk safety of Mammy and the sick. I act as messenger. You give message. I relay back, but no, I no lead you to our home."
What do you think, everybody?
Then you lead us to the lake, and you may stand shoulder to hip with us to see this big, scary, scaled monster.
Oh,
My friend, if this is what I think it is. And Shadar will put his hand on Tyrion's shoulder. Go. Seems our fight has only just begun. Isn't that exciting, my friend?
It's going to be quite an interesting day when we see what the madness has done in the way of perversion of such a ferocious beast.
Well, that's a fascinating case study, isn't it?
My
Possibly
friend.
unique.
Indeed, it's most definitely something we cannot allow to fly away across the continent.
Oh, good heavens.
Shadar will slam his hand in on Tyrion's shoulder and go, "Bam." Well, my friend, seems we have been selected for a higher purpose. Little did we know a dragon would put itself in our path. Honored to be by your side to fight these odds.
Well, likewise, of course. But little goblin, what's your name, by the way?
I am Biggs. I'll type that into the chat.
Who's he talking? Is he still talking to the thing?
Beaks, could you give us directions to this lake?
He'll point, and he's gonna point up in. You can. I was about to point in real life. Points in this direction.
And how far?
You
An
get there.
hour, a day?
You get there today. Not long. No, not long. You stay going that way. You see Big Lake. Plenty of goodie plant. All over.
Well, he has given us valuable information. I think we can let him go.
You let me go?
No, my friend. He gave us some valuable information. We should grant him a swift death.
It seems a little unfair.
He has no weapons. He's surrendered. He's given us
look at them.
information.
Oh,
They're really quite pathetic.
I must defer to the bastion of morality. That is,
No,
Mina
I'm just
Dumont.
saying that
He has no
that's what you
weapons,
mentioned
and so
before.
well, of course,
If those are
let's
the
let our bard be the bastion of morality. Then, of course, Miss Mina, what would you think?
Oh, sure. When it's a human who's done me wrong, then obviously they deserve to live. But a goblin who's done you wrong doesn't.
Please,
I'm
I
just
only,
saying. I'm trying to adhere by your code of morality, which
No,
is
I'm afraid
he's
you're
surrendered.
not. You
he's
are trying to adhere
defenseless, he's
by
given
my
it.
code of morality. My faith.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Feel free to do whatever you wish to do.
I think we send him back to his people. Tell them that we'll deal with this creature, but we expect safe passage afterwards, or it'll be the worse for them.
Sounds good to me.
you let me go. I go back to seek. Me only out here harvesting goody plant, but no good around here. You let me go. We know. We leave you be.
I wouldn't go so far as to say I trust him, but I don't think he's lying. I'm happy to let him go at this point.
I trust you, Elfric.
And if they do try and betray us, I don't think they'll be able to get the better of us.
Yes, Biggs, just realize if we go to the big lake and kill the big scary creature, we'll be more easily able to get the goody plant. But if we go to fight this creature and you, Mother, and all of your other friends turn up, you will never need the goody plant again.
Why, you heal us all for good?
No.
Wow.
You'll be in the ground feeding the plants.
Kind of doesn't understand really what you mean, but he says, no, we stay back. We stay back in cave. I mean, we don't live in cave. We live in trees.
Yes. Well, you go back to your tree and be safe.
I'm just going to touch him on his shoulder and I'm just going to say, now I have touched you, means I can see you whenever I like. I hope you'll stick to your word.
But yes, no, I stick to word. We leave you be.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, he's totally freaked out by that.
That's a good move.
So you're letting him go?
Nice.
Yeah, I think so.
He's gonna bolt. Gonna run not to the north where he pointed, but to the east.
Well, it seems we've a dragon or something very much like it to confront us. If we're to get this plant.
Quite possible.
I think our first job is to finish our escort, though. We'll have to come back for this, I believe.
Yes, we don't want any amateurs in the midst of the battle.
You have a job to do.
I don't know about you guys. I could probably do with a new supply, and the town is definitely the best place to get it from.
Okay, so
Onwards.
you're going to elect
How's Rocket
to...
looking?
Sorry.
Rocket's looking great.
Okay, good.
He's all fixed up.
So just so I know for next time, then you guys are electing to leave the swamp and head towards the nearest town.
We want to drop the Duke and his men off somewhere safe, resupply and prepare for the coming battle.
Very well, no problem.
I think. Don't want to speak for everybody.
What coming battle?
With the dragon.
The dragon.
Yeah.
What we
No.
anticipate.
Supposed dragon.
What we
Supposed
believe
dragon.
to be.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Fungal dragon.
Now, quick question. Is the next town Merrin, or is there a smaller village not on the map?
Next town is Marin.
Oh, goody.
Are we not taking the Duke all the way to where we said?
Yeah,
Or
but the
just-
Merrin is one of the... Because to get to Pethlin, you have to go
Pethlin
past
quite
Merrin,
Yeah.
enter the
Yeah.
Tenal Dukedom, go left at Kingdom's Cross.
Yeah.
And then, so it's a good, I'd say, week away.
Oh yeah, but it was more a question as to what Matt had said about dropping him off somewhere safe and then going to deal with the dragon.
Yeah, true, actually. Good point. Or maybe we can discuss it with him when we get to Pethlin. He might not feel happy about this potential dragon infected with the madness lurking within his realm.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything from our knowledge of history to know what this creature could be, especially from this area?
I would take a history check from anyone from Castonia. So that would be
me.
Shadar, Damon, and that's it actually.
Vanilla.
13.
Oh, and Mina, of course. Sorry,
I drop a note.
Yeah, I was thinking for a second. I was like,
sorry.
why
I wasn't
not?
even looking at your character token. Sorry.
10.
13, and I'm
Can I
going to
use,
throw my blast
guidance?
as well.
Whoa, bunch of people talked all at once. Sorry. What was that?
12.
Okay. 12 and Ryan, what did you roll?
I got a 13, but I used my bless that I had and rolled
15.
an extra 2, so it's 15.
You are so Shadar not really, you don't recall anything like that. But yeah, Damon, you have read before, kind of growing up, of the very much existence of dragon creatures within Castonia. It has been speculated in certain, I suppose, historical documents that the king of the current reigning king of Castonia, or queen, whichever is obviously in the bloodline, is gifted a young dragon when they come, or when they're born. So the heir to the throne. So there is usually a dragon accompanied. Now this is all kind of speculation, I suppose. It's in document, or it's in books that you've read, but I suppose nothing that has ever been proven, I suppose.
Yeah.
But like whenever there's this whole like historical thing, a story where, you know, when a king or queen kind of is heir to the throne, comes into power, they're given a dragon because that's the power the monarchs of Castonia wield.
Right.
Wow.
So it could be one of
So
those.
Interesting.
You are aware of the existence of dragons, but you've never seen one.
Okay.
Well,
But they're linked to monarchy.
they're linked. They've been, according to these old tales and stories, they're linked to monarchy. Yeah.
Okay.
But it just proves their existence. Like, there's always going to be feral and wild creatures.
This one could have just been accidentally flushed down the toilet or something.
Yeah.
It's grown, ended up in the bog.
Well,
Yeah, and the other substances you're flushing down the toilet is making the dragons gay.
what?
Your
Sorry,
man, what's his name?
Alex Jones.
That's
the
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
InfoWars
Wow,
conspiracy
okay.
guy.
Cool.
All them people flushing alligators down the toilet.
Something like that. Yeah. Just try to throw in the old meme reference.
Yeah, it's with his frogs with him.
Frogs, that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Anything else you guys would like to do before we call it for the evening?
I think I might drop an old spell slot, if that's all right. Give me 1 sec. Are we sort of, we're camping here for the night?
No, I think we're just ending the session.
Okay, cool.
It's only the early afternoon, isn't it?
Cool. Then I won't.
Game.
Well, like, I mean, if
All good.
Okay. Cool.
All good.
I would go up to Shadar or Damon would, and he would just be like, "Thank you. That certainly helped to get back my friend. And anyone willing to help my friend is someone I'm glad to be around. So thank you."
Did you see?
It was pretty impressive. I will give you that.
I mean, like even I was sort of it was like sort of like one of those religious books.
You mean tomes?
Tomes, indeed. I went to say whop, and then the water went whop, and I was like, oh, do you know what? This looks pretty epic, but also I saved you guys, which was pretty cool. But anyway, yes.
Shadar, you are certainly a man for opening up things. I'll give you that.
Anyway, that's also fuck it. You know. Also, next time I do that, if I decide to let it go, imagine the damage if you got out.
If you had to let it go, don't worry, I'd be okay.
No, but next time, if we're in a similar situation, get the fuck out so
Yes.
I can smash them with the walls of water.
I would definitely try. I will say I wasn't expecting him to be as hardy as he was.
It was slightly terrifying.
Yeah, see, it wasn't a very nice creature indeed.
Didn't like him at all.
No. I
Anyway,
especially didn't like him because he heard Rocket.
hey, but how is Rocket?
He's grand. He's look at him, living life.
Can I give him a high five?
Rocket, give Shadar a high five, and he'll come up and just kind of give a little hop and then high five you.
Should Daryl make that noise?
And then when he lands, he'll kind of stand next to you, but then just like wrap his tail around the inside of your leg, kind of like stood by you, like guarding you.
Oh. Okay.
Seems like you've made a friend, Shadar.
Hello, my little big friend. Yes. Nice to meet you. Well, as it seems, look, there's no area that we cannot. I don't know. Just we're great. That's all I've got to say. We're great. Well done, everybody.
I have to say, Satyrian, that was some strike you gave him back there.
I feel like I arrived slightly too late. It usually takes more than just one good one.
Trust me, I was hoping I was going to be the one to do it, but apparently I was not up to task today.
Oh, hardly.
Did you see my miss? It was quite bad.
Oh, it happens to the best of us.
Luckily, not many people saw that.
It's just Shadar like,
Yeah.
really? I opened up the fucking waters for you to just face plant. What the hell?
It's not a water slide.
Alrighty, guys. Well, look, I think that's a good place to leave it this evening.
Nice.
We'll pick it up
thanks,
in
guys.
2 weeks' time, where we'll be traversing through the rest of these Badlands. So,
What do you mean the rest of
awesome.
them?
yeah,
Are we not out?
No, you're not out of it yet.
Oh no.
So, thanks for dropping in, guys. Thanks to
Yeah.
all these
Yeah,
fine
cheers
players,
everybody.
everyone in
Thanks
the
to
chat.
the DM.
Yeah,
And
thanks
no
Mark
bother.
and
And-
everybody else.
Make
Thanks
sure
as
to come
always
back
as well
tomorrow
to-
as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so we'll be having another part 2 of Operation Operations One Shot. So,
Yeah.
get ready for the hurt. It's coming.
Yeah.
Wild magic
played it.
barbarian.
It's coming. It's coming.
Just to as well put it out there that we are going to be raiding Distal's place, so stick around for that.
Excellent.
So yeah, we
Cool,
hope to catch you guys very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Love you all.
Till next time.
Bye everybody.